Hello, everybody. My name is Brandon Ross. I am your host and game master and part-time cat girl when the community comes together and succeeds a 50 sub challenge for a month. So congratulations, you win. Come at me.
Hey, hold on. We need to know. Can you just stand and do a twirl for everybody? They have to see the full outfit.
Are you wearing pants? Are you wearing?
I may be allegedly wearing pants, but I can't hear you anmoore. My collar's
So we
fucked
said
up.
we
Hang
can
on.
talk all the shit right now. We can talk all
Oh,
the
he
shit.
has a
There we
separate
go.
collar. Oh no.
Oh my god.
Yes. Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay.
That was money well spent.
Yes.
That was money well spent.
Extra
The internet-
well spent.
The internet needs more buff cat boys. Thank you.
Yes.
That was money
Now
well
then.
spent.
Because we are having, as you can see, if you would go ahead and switch over to that scene so I can introduce and do some announcements of two lovely new faces for this week and next week. As we get that transition going, you can see here we have two lovely faces you're used to seeing on Tuesdays with a incredible stream place. What do you call it? Stream creator, I guess would be the best place to put it. Like, I don't know, channel, Twitch channel,
Yeah.
YouTube. You guys have a ton
Yeah.
of great things. But anyways, their name is BBEGTTRPG, and they are incredible. They have a great cast of players over there. Their DM, GM is incredibly minded, great world. Please, if you haven't already, go to them right now and give them a follow because they're incredible. And plus, I sent two of my players to their stream for 2 weeks so you get to see what hijinks they're up to. Typically, they play Tuesdays at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Is that right?
Mhm.
Time changes
Mhm.
kill me. I'm not a smart man. You have to bear with me for that.
Smay.
But anyways,
It'd be like that.
it do be like that. Announcements. If you have not done so, please kick over to our Player Hater Gaming lovely socials and check them out of all the things we have going on over there. We have our YouTube, our TikTok, our Instagram. Great places to absorb all of our lovely content. Outside of that, we also have two incredible Discords. The first being our official Player Hater Gaming Discord, where we share memes, talk life, and starting the 21st of Sunday, we are kicking off the community one-shots once again. Something we did a long time ago. We did a little restructuring, and now we are ready to go with them again. So for the first back to the community one-shots, I will be running this one-shot. So if you head over to our Player Hater Gaming Discord, you can see some self-assigned roles. One of them is community one-shot. If you want to be a part of that drawing, go ahead and click into that, and we will see who wins and gets to come sit at a table where I run you through a lovely one-shot. Beyond from that, our second Discord, I am not qualified to talk about, so I'll pass it over to an incredible person, the player of Trakix, great paladin dragonborn, Mr. Mav. Please tell us about this other Discord.
Yes, it is a West March server where you can go ahead, have fun, create a character, make some chaos, possibly befriend a pet, who knows. And even then, if you don't want to be a player, you want to sit in the chair, by all means, we could teach you how to do that too. So go over, join us, have fun, and don't mind the accidental deaths that may occur. Praise the dice gods.
Praise dice gods. Collar is gonna be the death of me. I might just drip it off here for too long. Anyway,
This is still great. It was worth
You're so
worth
welcome.
every penny.
Every single penny.
But anyways, I don't want to keep our guests held up. So if you haven't noticed, our circle of chat dice has been maxed for everybody. So hey there, my lovely two guests from BBEG. You have 3 D4 help dice you are welcome to use on any D20 roll aside from a death saving roll. So feel free to use them as you see fit. I will be refreshing everybody's again next Wednesday. Just show of fun because you guys are here hanging out. Usually I'll tell them the user channel points to buy them, but for these next 2 weeks, you can just have them. But any other announcements? Not a trick question. Genuinely asking before I get into this.
And Rot has now given you a third DM Bane.
We should really just have like a ticker for you too, so we can remember how many you
You know
have.
what? We'll get on that. We'll have one by next Wednesday.
Because I don't remember how many you
hear
have,
you,
and I
and
just
here
go.
we deliver.
We are up to 3 now.
Up to 3. And that's a D4 negative on me. And you can call that out
Mhm.
whenever you decide. If you feel like, the realm of things are pretty close, say, hey, Brandon, pop a DM Bane on that, and we will take care of that.
Or just yell Bane.
Yeah.
That'll do it too.
Yes. We also, thank you, Voice from Mysteriously Beyond. We have added incredible new streams to our schedule. We have Friday, we have the lovely Mr. Kelbs currently playing the Final Fantasy remake. We have our Saturday PHG plays kicking off at 1 Central.
Mhm.
And then we also have Ignore the Police Sirens in the background. I did not call the cops this time, I promise. And we have...
You probably stole the cat outfit and they're looking for you now.
I stole the cat outfit. You are correct. I stole the cat outfit. Then Sunday, we are kicking off a new stream where 2 of our players are making a run through Baldur's Gate as their Wednesday characters. Hints on screen to who that may be, but I want you to come find out because it's just better that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be at... I just got the streaming schedule sent to me. Thank you very much, Voice from Beyond. It will be at 3 Central Standard Time on Sunday for that one. Alrighty then. We also have... There's so many days. Oh my gosh, I am not with it today. On Monday, we have our Nerdy Know-It-Alls kicking off at 6 Central. And then, of course,
He will
Thursday...
not be streaming this Monday, actually. He is out of state.
He's out of state. But Tasha, you will be on Thursday.
I will.
Doing a blind run of Stardew.
I have never played Stardew Valley.
Oh,
I have
man.
no idea how the game works. I am playing it for the first time. And if I can get it to work tonight, there will be crowd control, which means you can affect my game.
Oh, man. Well, I look forward to seeing you on that day. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you're going to kick it off at...
1 Central.
1 Central. Anything else?
That is it.
That's it.
Okay.
Let's roll.
Everybody roll a d20.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That's never a great
So
way to start
early.
session.
What do you mean? It's the perfect way to start a
As I try and
session.
retie
That's a
this.
6.
Oh,
This is not gonna
really?
work. I'm going to just click
Apparently,
this
me
over
and Red got the
something.
same number this time.
Yeah, we did.
There we go. I'll figure that out later.
I got half of that.
Oh, no.
It's okay. You still haven't beat me.
Oh,
All right. Who believes they have the highest?
Not me.
Not me.
All right.
We all-
Seriously? Did anybody
Backix, what do you got?
hit double digits?
What's your roll, Backix?
I got a 6.
Eva? Red? What?
Red got a 6 too.
You're muted, dear.
Or it's not picking up.
Yeah.
It may not be picking up. There
There
we
it
go.
is.
you
There
go.
you go.
Tim?
I got a 4.
Oh! Oh, no.
Nobody made it above 6.
Uh-huh.
That's
Holy
incredible.
Shit. Okay. Okay.
This
Red.
tracks.
Red and Drackix.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
day prior being quite taxing on specifically one of you. Actually, both of you. Being
No, it was both of us.
very
It was both of
taxing
us.
last 24, 30 hours deep in rest. Passing out at the table where you two were probably playing some kind of cards together, drinking a bit, I would imagine, as Eva reads throughout the night as she does not need to sleep. The two of you wake up roughly the same time, having getting a solid, weirdly well rested, though you were on like kind of like slumped over the table like college style.
No, he was on the couch. Drac
That's
was
right,
on the
you-
couch.
You made it to the couch.
He immediately just passed the fuck out on the couch.
Yeah,
Yeah, Red was in Eva's lap, pretty much.
that's right.
Yeah.
So, Red, you wake up,
Uh-huh.
similar position as you were, laying kind of down on a long bench style chair, head in the lap of your lovely Eva. Eva, you are just finishing up some of the details I pass over. Did I pass over details last game? I
You're
believe I
supposed
passed
to.
Some
over
of
everything you
them. Some of
discovered.
them.
Yes.
I
So
got
you're wrapping
minimal.
up that reading. Yes. You come to the conclusion there is enough here
Correct.
to, as long as I can get it to who it needs to be gotten to. Do I feel safe delivering this information? That's something you're going to have to struggle with. But
Mhm.
as far as proof, you do feel confident you found enough to put the now deceased Price, though not behind bars, now into a correct position of criminal world. But you do
Is that what we're
kind of
calling his
feel some
coffin?
movement as what was that?
Is that what we're calling his coffin or the sky shark's belly that we're gonna feed it to?
We'll figure it out. But you do feel some movement as Red comes awake, and then you also kind of hear the telltale sign of a groan of Drakix waking up.
Everybody probably hears there's just that long, drawn out yawn that kind of like softly vibrates the floor
Mm-hmm.
as he comes up the stairs, making coffee, half awake as always.
From last session, you had mentioned that Eva had felt the magic that had occurred, but didn't know what it was necessarily.
Mhm.
And so Eva's kind of just on alert. She hears her
Okay.
friends wake up, and she's kind of just listening.
Okay.
So she's gently petting Red's hair, but just listening.
Gotcha. Well, Drakix yawns. Red comes into consciousness, and you are listening. Tim, you, after an incredible night's sleep, a brief, weird dream, but as all his dreams are, is but a crazy, distant memory. It's not there anymore, really. You wake up, warm, in a bed, holding someone. A familiar sight from the low light available to you. But why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check, and I'm going to say with disadvantage because you are just coming out of sleep.
Just a sec.
This will be fun.
Uh,
Let the chaos start.
All right. It's like a 15.
Say a 15?
Yes.
Okay. Rena, how, and just because DM, I got an answer, but I want to double verify information.
Mhm.
How, is it truly identical twins?
In basically everything but hair. Rena's hair is more like shoulder length. Hers has got like long hair.
Okay.
Rena's a little bit more toned, but it's really basically the same physique.
As you come into consciousness, Tim, you realize that for some reason in the middle of the night, Rarissa decided to cut her hair.
What? What? Oh. Oh, she cleaned it up. Those daggers. Okay. Well, once Tim's up, he gets up.
Okay.
So he's
Oh,
he's gonna try and stumble out of bed.
Okay. Yes,
one
Drakix?
question.
Yeah.
There is a non-functioning bony friend in that room.
Yeah.
We'll get to him. Don't worry.
As you
I just wanted to make sure.
stumble out of bed, Tim, Rena, you kind of feel who you presume to be, what's his name?
Linar.
Lenar. Lenar, get up. Which, from my understanding, is odd because he's not an early riser.
No, not
You
at all.
hear probably Tim. Do you be like, oh, gotta make some noise when you get up? That's on you,
Probably-
your character.
Probably feel a kiss on the cheek.
Do you? Okay. You feel a little peck on your cheek, Rena. You turn and you see Tim.
Did my mic clip it? Oh god,
It's okay.
Probably.
damn it. Okay, I screamed
of
wrong
you-
twin.
Both of you scream. Oh, you scream wrong twin.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Why are you in my bed and then telling me wrong twin? What? Where's your sister?
Tim, as you look around, you realize this is not the room you fell asleep in. Things are
Oh.
different. And in a corner, slumped over, kind of like this, you see a still mostly together, but all too well picked clean skeleton.
Oh, that's neat. This is not my hut, but that's neat. That's a lot of work.
The room you are in is I wouldn't say extravagant or like opulent, but I would say well made for certain. It's not trashy, it's not dirty. It is meticulously clean in this little bit of a light you do have there. The bed is probably about, queen-ish size.
It's
The
massive.
room itself is, being doctor's room, it is probably packed with quite a bit of books, beakers, probably some loose general papers, inkwells, things like that. But also, both of you just made quite a bit of commotion. So, Red, Drakix, and Eva, you hear
Eva has been on
muffled
alert.
screams.
She's
Yes, you
up
have.
that stairs.
You are
Oh yeah,
hauling.
Red is too. Red is absolutely one step after her.
Okay, Tim, Rena, you hear
I guess-
coming up some steps.
Tim's
Yeah,
casting the light cantrip.
All right, sorry.
With
this
his
is gotta
staff.
go. I can't get the tie on right.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
You cast a light cantrip.
Yeah, with my staff.
Okay. You tap the staff real quick. Light comes on. You see the room. More of the details I gave you, but now you have just a better view of everything. This is definitely. Give me an insight check.
I can click now. Let's do that. Oh, this is a disadvantage. Oh well.
No, not anymore.
5 is the first one.
Okay. Looking around, you're like, this. Something about this does feel oddly familiar, but it concerns you. You can't place it.
This is odd. Where are we? And why are you here? Why am I here? What?
I don't
Rena,
know. I don't know. I fell asleep with Lennar.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not him, and I didn't go drinking last night.
I didn't either. I don't.
Wow.
Thud,
So-
thud, 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 thud. You hear footsteps approaching.
I think someone's coming to greet us. Let me put on my
Great.
cloak.
Have fun talking. I'm gonna sit back here.
Cloak. You
Wait.
can-
It's a-
Put on my
You
cloak.
closed?
for the most part,
For the most part.
I love that.
putting my shirt back on.
Put it on. God.
I've got.
Not gonna lie. Not
I've
gonna
got
lie.
bottoms.
If the put it on is being yelled, you're definitely gonna hear probably 2 sets of footprints still going, and one just sliding, like almost like wood grain just being run against. As one just slides, like, wait, what? Huh?
Oh, and before Red opens the door, she's going to use her bonus action, Flamies.
You light yourself on fire.
Oh yeah.
Got it. You guys get to the door.
She's got Eldritch Magic in one hand, she's got Chill Touch in one hand, and Lightning in the other, and she is opening the door,
Okay.
ready to go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Who opens the
All
door?
fire.
You open the door.
Drac is the taller one of the trio. His head is just like leaning over the other two. And he's just like doing this. What the fuck is going on?
So we have a Mexican standoff, but no open door.
No, she opens the door.
No, she
Red-
she opened the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm sorry, I missed that part. My bad.
Yeah.
All right. Tim and Rena, the door flies open. And if you would do me a favor, Red,
Yeah.
describe your character as she currently appears
Mhm.
for our lovely guests. And then we'll go to Eva, then Drakix.
Head to toe wreathed in dark orange red flames. Nothing around her seems to be burning. She's not making footprints like she's charring the floor. Her eyes are burnished embers, and her black hair is flying wildly in this flame, and she looks pissed.
Eva?
Right behind Miss Fire of Death is a half-elf woman in upper class but not noble clothes. She uses a lot of silks and satins, and this long blonde hair, bright blue eyes that are just burning with this panic, which is odd because you don't know what they're panicking about. And in one hand she has chill touch necrotic energy, in the other hand is a witch bolt of lightning just sparking along her arm, and she is just ready for whatever is in this room. And on her back, there's a little backpack, and there's a little cat peeking out over her shoulder.
And then
Drakix?
above them, all you see is just like a dragonborn's face coming through, who is almost a kind of like a deep blue, like an amethyst color, with small sparks coming off of his eyes occasionally. Especially with, like, when he breathes, it also kind of like appears and disappears rapidly. Who's looking like utterly confused, and also like one hand on the door and the other hand like about to grab the two of them, about to be like, I'm so sorry, but then kind of freezes when he realizes that you are not who he expects to see. And on top of that, there is some smoke coming off of his like shoulder. Um, Probably from some clothing that he's wearing. Not totally sure because you don't see anything past really like midway, like half of his neck. Who the fuck
Yeah.
are you two?
And then Tim and Rena, if you wouldn't mind, what do they see as this door flies open?
All right. Standing up, you see a human male, about 5'10". He's got light skin, auburn hair, hazel eyes, freckles dotting his face. He's very lean, almost gaunt. A slight shadow on his face, and there are light circles under his eyes. Straight hair, not real short, but it's not real long, kind of medium. A little disheveled right now. His clothes are very simple, basic. Browns and creams. Probably just managed to put a shirt on. Reaching for his boots, he's got a staff. It's a wooden staff. It's got a bit of a twist at the top, like a crook. And light is shining from it. And he's staring in a sort of awe and fear at all of you, charging in here with magic.
Rena is a very teal blue tiefling with pink eyes and short white hair. She's got bangs that kind of come to a little point on her face. Her horns are kind of like inverted ram horns that curl. And also simple clothes as well. A cream top with black pants. Her build, she's very thin. Just for laughs, she's a little top heavy. She's sitting up on the bed. Sorry.
Okay. That's what all of you see as this door flies open.
Hello.
To start off, we don't know where we are or why we're here. We were in two separate locations before. Please don't hurt us or anything in this room. It looks amazing.
And how do
You
we
got
know
so
that
many
Price
questions.
didn't send you? Or his
Who?
lieutenant? Price.
That's a person?
Don't tell me you don't know who that is.
What's a price?
I thought it was a cost.
And certainly it is sometimes, but don't think your flippant tongue will get you out of this.
Well, I
You're-
mean, we know someone named Callus, Rena. I mean, it was fitting, but it is still
Yeah.
a person.
Doc.
Okay, hi.
What? Wait. Hold up.
Where are Doc and Zon?
No, look,
No.
Doc just got
no,
taller.
Yeah. No. That kind of.
No.
No. He sounds a little different. Doc, did you have too much mead? But wait.
My
Who
He
are?
doesn't have the birthmark.
Oh, he looks down at his hand. It's like,
Tim touches his right cheek. He
What?
knows about my birthmark.
Tim,
Let's start with introductions, please.
Tim.
Yep.
As you kind of reach down and look down, you realize at your wrist a new mark has appeared. There is a black ring that is, as you sit there and look at it, you watch as it slowly begins to make what looks to be some kind of a spiral design, slowly, very slowly manifesting itself, almost like tattooing itself on your flesh.
Okay, that's new. And that's not Riri's. Okay,
Okay,
hi. My name is Tim Thomas. I'm a farmer and a student of many things. I like magic. I like crops. I don't know where I am. Rena, you want to introduce yourself?
Drac just goes, you know what? You two deal with this. I'm gonna go make coffee. It is way too early to deal with this bullshit. He's just gonna walk away and he just start making coffee.
Can I have? Oh, okay.
What's coffee?
Ugh.
Can I have coffee?
I don't know. We drink
don't
tea.
know. Oh yeah.
Rena,
I
do you
swear to
raise
God,
your
We don't
hand?
have our coffee.
Huh?
If he hears that, he's just going, you're uncivilized! Uncivilized!
Tea, really? All right.
Well,
Rena, do you raise your hand? And when you go to speak,
Yeah.
you notice the same mark on your wrist.
Pardon?
The same exact mark. There is a circular black band on your wrist, and it is very slowly growing around your wrist.
Oh. Hey Tim, we're matching.
Okay,
guess.
okay.
Eva's gonna put a hand on Red's shoulder because Red is coming in very hot, which is fine. Farmer, are you related to the Collins or the Mosscales?
Nope. I'm a Thomas.
I
You
fish
can't
in my
just say
free
that with a
time.
straight face.
Oh. Right. He thinks he's going to fool us with words. Really?
We can find out. It's not hard.
I'm not good at fooling people. I
That's
like
what
to
they all say.
educate.
Eva can cast Detect Magic at will, and she's going to use that to see what is on them.
Okay. I don't need to know the nature of what you have that is magical, but under the parameters of the spell, Tim and Rena, what glows on your characters? I believe
If
it would be
anything.
A staff and a
Tim's-
book.
Tim's staff in your book.
I have armor,
Your armor.
and I don't know if it counts. I have a sun drop in my inventory too, but that might be in my bag, maybe.
Okay.
Good old Katie.
So you notice that they seem to have a few magical items, but what bothers you is about the fact that the mark that they are confused about is also magical. And it is in the School of Conjuration.
The mark is?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Well, they're not using illusion magic, so they're not hiding who they are. If they're associated with Price, they're doing a really poor job of it because we should be fighting by now.
Or they're doing a really good job of it by doing a really poor job of it.
Oh,
Either
nice.
way, benefit of the doubt first.
I can't kill them yet.
We can kick their ass later. There's 3 of us and 2 of them.
Fine.
I don't want my ass
Definitely
kicked.
a rich smell is starting to permeate the room.
Apologies for the rough welcome. We just escaped with our lives, so we're a little on edge.
Some
I'm
of
Eva.
us.
Oh yeah, I get what that's like.
I'm Eva, and you two are in the place of our friends. We left them to their business last night and woke up to you two screaming.
Ew.
In the bed?
Yeah.
Oh, she's just gonna slowly slide off the bed. I'll stay over here, but I'm getting off that.
Nope, that's perfectly
Right.
fine.
Tim cast
Knowing Doc, he
prestidigitation.
probably failed on that one.
Brenna's just gonna T-pose while you cast it. Me next.
I take it my
Eva.
curse still remains here, right?
Eva, would you make an Arcana check for me, please?
Of course. I'm
That's
good
a
at
good
those,
question.
right?
Seen
Well-
Doc cast this.
21.
Yeah.
21. As you are kind of like looking over them, you see the mark. Okay, that's weird. Something else kind of grabs your attention. You kind of focus and you really dial in on like how the spell works and feeling the way you've cast it through your magics. Above both of their heads, you can see this faint, floating, multicolored orb. And it just seems to be consistently shifting and moving, almost like watching a puzzle box constantly move itself.
Since I have seen scrying orbs used against us, does it look
Correct.
any way similar to that?
It does not. You get,
Okay.
especially the 21, I will confidently let you know that's not it.
Okay.
This is something different. It's something you're surprised it's able to maintain a steady shape, because to you this is an unstable paradox. It should not be held in form.
Can Tim pick up on this?
You see she's looking pretty hard.
But like the casting of detect magic or anything.
Oh yeah, she's not hiding that from you
Oh
at
yeah.
all. You know I have cast it, for sure.
You see it. You see it,
Do
don't
you
you?
see it?
I've seen it before.
I haven't seen it.
Does it always have that shape?
It's constantly moving. Yeah. It's boggling.
We'll let you get dressed. We need to have a talk. This is a problem.
A big problem.
There's no such thing as problem.
Is any of
Just
you a healer
new
by chance?
opportunities. Sorry, say again?
Is any of you a healer by chance?
Not really.
Right, so it's a problem.
Oh, okay.
I have self-healing.
Got some salves.
Better than nothing.
Wither and
will-
bloom.
Eva will hook Red's arm and just start tugging her out the door.
Oh, she's glaring.
That's fine. I want them to get dressed.
Rena and Red, roll for stare off.
Oh, what are we rolling?
Roll a
I got another 3.
Just roll a d20.
Oh, just a regular D20. I
Yeah.
can't use my intimidation. She's
No,
full
roll a
form
D20.
right now. Oh,
That's nice. I asked for a d20.
Fire doesn't intimidate me. I'm a tiefling.
That's
mine
true.
ignores resistances.
Oh,
Oh,
just kidding.
that's an 11.
An 11? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good stare off, but eventually Rena, like a piece of dust flies in your eye.
Oh, because I have no other way to ask this. Am I still wet?
I was informed I believe, let me double check this.
I think the ad started playing right when I said that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
I love it. I love it.
So
Perfectly
I
fine.
believe you are not.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and make that call now.
Okay.
And I was immediately corrected.
Oh.
You are still damp.
Damn it. Okay.
You bedwetter.
Sorry. I'll
I'm
behave.
sorry. I cleaned it. It's fine.
Oh, oh god, that was beautiful.
So, Tim
Mhm.
and Rena, you're left to get dressed and make your way out of this room.
Eva will wait for them outside because
Okay.
new space.
Okay.
And Red is just tapping her foot.
Definitely the smell now permeates even stronger at this point.
Coffee.
No, it's your coffee.
Do you want some coffee, dear?
We might as well bring them to the kitchen. This is a problem.
It is.
But
Just when I was starting to get her to like me too. Annoying. Zan, she and I was sort of getting along.
Are you
Kinda.
sure?
Shh. Are you getting along with
Sort of.
her?
That's a relative term.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Kind
You're-
of. I wasn't outright rude. At least
No,
not
that
the
is
last
true.
24 hours, right?
We also almost died the last 24 hours, so it
I
wasn't much
definitely did.
time.
So did I, if you'll recall, because I'm
I'm
fairly sure I scorched you when I came back. Sorry for that, by the way.
That's perfectly fine. I was so mad to actually understand the fact that you came back. And then I was out like a light.
Yeah.
Stupid Breeze had to throw me off a ship to wake me up.
Sorry.
Asshole.
Sounds like him.
Yes, it is.
Rena,
Anyway.
Tim, once the two of you are dressed and ready, is there anything you want to try and do before you just get dressed and come out of the room, or you're just going to get dressed and come out of the room?
Tim's going to be asking questions, maybe talking to himself if Rena's not responding.
Probably checked out for the first couple of questions, and then she's just like, yeah, totally, yep.
He's checking
Why
his
do I feel like that's a
inventory.
normal thing for the two of them?
Sometimes. You see any books you like?
I want to dig. I do. But this isn't mine. This is someone else's. And I'd feel
I will
angry if someone
say
went through all
that
my
while I'm
stuff.
not a big believer in truly failing a roll, depending on what that roll is, now that some time has passed, Tim, with that insight roll you made earlier, it clicks. This is a studied room. This is someone who learns magic through reading and runes and application and being educated.
and Doc would like you to know that some of them are even in different languages.
Languages you do not
Mhm.
understand.
This person's like me.
It's too
Oh,
funny, so
no,
weird.
you are so far off. It's not even funny.
A sort of kind of little.
We'll let them have the illusion. We'll spoil it later.
So here, I'm going to
How
ask this
many-
question. I'm not trying to bait you. I just want to make sure the questions all get asked that need to be asked. Do you dig or do you give a glance?
I just glance.
Make a
Well,
perception
hold on.
check.
Let's let's roll wisdom.
Let's roll wisdom.
All right, that's enough. He just glances.
Okay.
Rolled
Oh.
a 12 on the d20 for that? Whew.
I need to put this dice in jail. I'm gonna grab a random book
Uh-huh.
and put it in my bag.
Hey, no, Wait, do I spot it? Are you hiding this?
I mean, I guess I could sleight of hand.
Are you sleight of handing
Are-
this?
Yeah, you know what? I'll do it. I need
Okay. Tim, what's your passive?
life.
12.
Okay.
Oh, please. Oh, please. I can do math. 14.
You don't see it?
Wait, what village are we in? I've never seen one like this. What are these containers?
Oh,
Did-
that's a
did-
great point
did-
to make.
did the
There
Gattacy
are
teleport
these
us?
tons of little vials or mugs. You're not sure what to really call them, but for my purpose to describe it to you, you see beakers, vials, and things made from glass. The window, a glass pane.
This doesn't look like Saxondale. They're the only ones who had glass.
This is really weird.
No, but this place belongs to someone that learns magic the way I do. I don't know
looks
where we
like
are,
a-
but I'd like to talk to this person. I don't want to dig through their stuff, though.
Right.
That'd be
You want to go meet them?
Let's try. Sounds like they should be here, and we're here instead. So I don't know. That doesn't smell like tea. Okay.
Mm-mm.
It's a very strong smell of this kind of like earthy chocolate. You head outside and you are immediately greeted with this sight of that on the whatever, you know, you're on either a second or third floor. You don't know which one, but you know you're at least on a second floor because you can immediately see the steps that lead downward.
Whoa. They've got okay.
Looking
This is a
around,
big place.
it is a open area where you are. To your left immediately is a wall, the door at the end of a hallway. And then to your right, it is open with these stairs leading down and also a decently sized kitchen area with one of those like a large, long Viking-ish style tables with one side having a bench and the other side having chairs. You can see the three individuals you met not too long ago sitting down, all drinking from a small, comparatively small for whatever size they may be, Drakix.
Definitely. Now at this point, they can definitely see Drac is a 6, and now I gotta remember how freaking tall he is. 6'8", I think I put him at. Now I gotta
Almost
remember.
even.
Damn. Nope, 6'8". 6'8", amethyst colored dragonborn with armor on and a shirt, at least from the small little gaps, that has smoke emitting off of it underneath the armor. And a bag out of side.
Oh, hey, I can see the map now. There we go.
Yeah, sorry, we didn't realize you couldn't see it. We fixed
That's
it.
okay.
Think.
Mm-hmm.
Walk out and join the group.
Drac will put 2 cups in front of the 2 of you.
Thank you.
Enjoy, and he just looks at you with a small grin and just goes, "Enjoy," and he just starts drinking and watching the 2 of you.
Hospitality is greatly appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
Slowly. Try it first, and then we'll explain.
Very fragrant.
If it was
Red
Red is
poisoned,
just
if it was poisoned, we wouldn't be drinking it ourselves. You'll find.
Yeah.
Unless you already put it in the cup.
Drakix, what did you put in the cup?
Typical drink, but if anything, I will swap.
right. Or I'll take a sip from them
it's
if
fine.
you would
You-
prefer.
You could be immune to it. I mean, we don't know.
He
where we are.
actually, he goes,
Okay.
"All right,
I'll take a leap
Fair.
of faith. It's fine. Tim will drink it.
Okay. So considering Tim's taste profile, do you believe he would enjoy basically a well-blended chocolate-flavored coffee?
Yes, but I don't think he'd know it at first. He'd have to finish the cup.
Okay.
At the end, he'd be like, "Okay, I need more."
He's been given a mocha, but doesn't know what a mocha is.
Yeah.
I'm 98.9% certain that we don't have chocolate.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
We don't have sugar or anything. Even.
Rough.
Yeah.
Oh, that means that this sweetness is an overload.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that first sip is a doozy.
Tim, Renna, you
Mhm.
feel this surge. Just like behind, like, have you ever like gone a while without like a Mountain Dew or Red Bull or something, and then like chugged one and you feel it behind the eyes?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that.
I remember the first Dr. Pepper experience. It was
Yeah.
wonderful.
Oh, there you go.
Like,
Perfect.
Uh-huh.
Imagine that.
I think I could write 5 books today. Do you have more?
We can make some, certainly.
Right,
Okay.
but if you haven't had it before, you should probably slow down.
Drac is already pouring
You
him a
don't-
second glass.
You don't know me.
Drac is already
Right.
pouring him a second glass.
Okay,
He just thinks it's
the
fine.
hyperactive person is your responsibility, Drakix.
That one doesn't look hyper.
Not
Whichever
yet.
It
one.
points directly at Tim as he says it.
Luna's just sitting there bouncing.
Either one of them. Give them more and they're your responsibility.
Is coffee or coffee beans not a thing? Were you?
No, not really. I drink a lot of tea.
you-
I've got 5 different teas on me, typically.
Oh,
Got-
Doc might like that actually.
We got a
You
got a
leave
whole
on
party
pop.
line.
You leave very sad lives. I'm so sorry.
Drakix. That's not
It's
nice.
simple, but it's honest.
I am but a simple fisher. She goes back to
Do
bouncing.
do you know what chocolate is?
No.
No.
I
Again,
doubled down on my statement.
right. That's horrid. How do you survive?
Just
Water?
barely. We scrape by. It's a real fight
So-
at home. Where are we? What is this town called? Because clearly it's not Gray. It's not Greystand.
What's a gravestone?
Right?
Wait,
Uh,
why were
Like
you
the
in a
color?
graveyard? Why were
No.
you standing
Gray.
on a grave?
No.
Gray.
Gray, like the color or
Gray-
lack
oh,
thereof.
Gray stuff.
Oh,
That's a
but still, graves are gray. Why are you standing? What the hell is wrong? You know what?
Drakix, calm down.
I'm not the one who's standing on gray thing. You know what? Fine,
I
so
didn't-
be it.
I didn't.
He
name
just
it,
goes
so-
over and just starts making another batch, just softly muttering under his breath. People are uncivilized, don't know what the hell chocolate is or coffee. What the hell is wrong with these people standing on things that are gray from? Maybe they
Put
were
some
thrown off the
extra
clouds.
spice in mine, would you? I can tell I'm going to need it.
Spice?
They're
He just comes over with cinnamon sticks and just pops it right in. He goes back and starts to mix
Oh,
it.
oh, another thing that I don't think I said that you're probably close enough to notice by now.
Oh yeah,
That's
they definitely
very
are.
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. There is a very, not very strong, a strong smell of cinnamon that seems to be emanating from the fiery person who is now no longer on fire.
Oh,
Lori, they're a bit excited, traumatized,
Traumatized. I mean, I guess. We also lost our
You're
friend.
trying to kill everyone who walks through the door, love. That's trauma.
That is very true. That's the only reason why you're
After what
getting
we
one
went
cup of
through
coffee,
last
mint your
night,
coffee. You know,
can you blame me?
I never said I
definitely
do.
not. In all honesty, I was actually just also maybe kind of
Right.
considering murder, but
I'm just more open with it. You'll know
Well-
if I'm going to kill you.
Welcome to Wingata. This is the island that we are on. You are currently in a region known as the Surwich Fields. And, let's just say that we got banned from the local capital, so we're not going into town anytime soon. Hope there's nothing you need there.
What's an
Capital?
island?
island? What?
The things that float
Drac
in the
is just
air.
going to slowly drop, like, place the things he had in his hand, turn around and just walk over to the two. What do you mean? What's an island?
You mean like clouds?
No, I mean we float in the clouds.
What?
What? How? Tim's gonna stand up and just hop.
Right.
There's
It's
still
solid
gravity.
land. Ugh.
We're still on the planet. We haven't left.
Do you have grass?
Right.
Yes, look outside the
Yeah.
window.
Really, you choose now to touch grass.
So
Look,
You
I
know
grew
what?
up.
At this
I
point, I
grew
think
up
I
in
need
the grass. I was born in the grass. My mom was working the fields when I
know
came
he
out of it.
has some. Maybe it's inside the
Mm.
shed. He's gonna go down the stairs to smoke some grass. Where the hell is Doc's Weirs than outside? And he's just gonna look for the stash.
if you're in the clouds, how do you guys get your fish?
They're from the clouds. Do you not have fish in your clouds?
There's fish in the clouds?
Fish in the clouds.
There's
Right.
fish in our river.
This is ridiculous.
River?
Okay, this must be some sort of prank.
No. If it is, you're doing a very good job of pranking us.
We have skyfish,
Right. And
sky sharks, sky ships.
sky
Shark.
ocean.
You're above the earth, the ground. We're
Surface.
all lifted above the clouds.
And floating islands.
Why is that?
It's uninhabitable.
From what
No,
we've
but
been
how do the islands float? How does that work?
magic, the weave.
Right.
Okay. That's a crazy spell.
Oh, Tim, you're not going to want to leave here, are you?
Tim, as you're looking around, you do see there is a pretty large window behind where Red and Eva are sitting.
Oh.
And there's quite a commotion outside as Drac is currently rummaging through his shed, possibly just throwing everything Doc has in order out of it. looking for
Apparently,
it.
Doc says he doesn't have any, so you can
I know,
stop
that's the
looking.
sad part. He's still gonna look anyway.
Aw.
He's like, Doc must have something.
Damn it.
He's in here half the time. He must have something he's keeping from me.
Oh,
My
do you need
smuggler nose says so.
Do you need some tobacco?
He's outside. He doesn't hear anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. Oh, shed.
Think about smoking grass. Is there other grass that you could smoke? Okay.
Would you come with? We'll grab Drakix on the way. I'd like to show you something, if that's all right.
As far as I'm concerned, we're quite literally in your hands. I just completely lost you.
Good question. Do you know what happened to the other two that were in that bed?
That's kind of important.
No. No.
Just,
I was at
okay.
home. Was planning on making a long trek to get our curses resolved, done away with. Met with some very powerful people the previous day, traveled who knows how far in the blink of an eye, practically. No, we had a full itinerary, and if your friends mean as much to you as ours do to us, then I'm very sorry that we're here instead of them. Let's see if we can't get it figured out.
Right. I did feel some magic last night, so either a portal or some arcane spell occurred that might have brought you here. I thought it was our dream friend, but it appears that was not the case.
Right.
I thought I had a dream last night, but I don't think I remember much. So, you've got a dream friend?
Do you have dreams often?
Not terribly.
Do you happen to control them? Some people can.
No, I've been told it's possible, but I haven't gotten there yet.
Also, hi,
It's-
Void Kitty. I see you.
It's not a normal thing for us.
So,
Can you control them?
we used to. Not so sure anymore.
Right.
Things have changed for us. Do you mind if we go for a walk? I'd like to get your reaction to some things, if that's all right, to be perfectly honest.
Please. I don't know what a shark is or what a sky shark is, but I anticipate that if you have to specify that it's a sky one, that there's probably one that doesn't belong in the sky. So let's see what these things are all about.
It's up to you if you'd like to take the coffee. Just don't break the mug, please.
I wouldn't dare.
She already had somebody break one of her cabinets. She might be a little off-put, someone breaking a mug.
It's not my mug. That's what I'm concerned about.
True.
There is a sneeze from outside when it's mentioned.
For Renna, would you like to come as well? I just want to get your reactions to some things, since you don't seem to be from here.
You know what? I don't have anything else to do today. I mean, yeah. Yes, yeah.
And I will just get up and lead them outside.
Do you catch your fish? Do you do it with nets or do you have poles?
We have nets, but we generally don't really use them from land. We use them from the ships.
Yeah, your sky ships, right?
Right.
Ships that can fly.
Please walk with me. This is easier to
Tim's gonna
show
lose
than this is easier to show than to explain.
Red is
never felt-
absolutely bringing up the rear, just behind everyone.
Okay.
Watching.
Good. I wouldn't want to get lost. Please shepherd me. Normally, I'm the shepherd.
True.
And as we walk out the door, Drakex, we're going for a walk. Get out
You
of
just hear
Doc's shed.
rummaging.
There's no weed in there.
God damn it. Remind me to smuggle in some more for him.
You want some
He
tobacco?
just... I haven't had any in a while. Yes, I'll actually take some.
There you go.
He just walks over. Sweet. Perfect. He goes, he looks to Red. Can you light me, please?
Remember Zon went through and uprooted those special ones?
Yeah. Yeah, she did. She was trying to guard.
His
Uh,
face drops when you remind him. All that money. Almost
Mhm.
went away.
Right. Did you want a light or not? And she kind of lifts a finger and there's fire on the
Please.
end of
And
it.
he just like brings it over just to wait for its light. Then he just brings it back and starts to smoke it a little bit as
Okay.
they walk.
Hey, Drakex,
Uh-huh.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Ah, shit. That's a 23.
Ooh.
You begin to take your standard drag from a tobacco instrument, but you catch yourself and you stop, and you're like, oh. You see, the issue with the way their world works is their magic is very infused through just about everything. It may be smaller or maybe a little more elemental, but it is deeper rooted. This is a hardier plant. It's not going to give any adverse effects, it's just potent.
It just hits him hard. It's just like normal one. He's just like, okay, whatever. This one's
Yeah,
just like, ooh.
Yeah. Also,
He stops a little bit. He goes, "Do you have seeds for these plants? I need to know now."
let me check. Also, we did just start getting into selective breeding at Thomas Farms, so that's top of the line right there.
Nice. But I will say,
He's just like, he's just waiting. He's just like, I need to know. I need to know.
Rena and Tim, as you set foot outside and you get to take a look at these lands, Tim, you're almost right at home. You too, Rena. It's a very familiar sight. Now, there's no actively grown crops nearby, but trained eyes that the two of you have from your homeland, you can tell this is a farming land. This is where plants are grown, vegetation, various crops, but also you can also tell that it's the end of their season, as it's very little to be seen. But you know this is a place where animals are raised, crops are grown, this land is clean. But as you look around and you look up, you realize there is not a single cloud above you. And from where you currently stand, as the entire island does gently taper down the further out you get, as you look out, you almost get this. I'll lead up to your characters how you react, but it's this sense of absolute awe, and you are probably almost taken to a knee as you look out beyond the lands. Though they are far, there's nothing but a subtle white cloud cover as far as you can possibly perceive on this cloudless, bright day.
Tim just stares in silence for a while, taking it all in. He's quite amazed, but he's also got this look of just like, how? He wants to work this out, wants to figure out, every little detail. The first thing he says after is, How do you water your crops?
Cloud harvesters.
Oh, right. You can harvest. Okay.
We get the moisture from the clouds.
I love that he just accepts the answer.
Drac is just gonna poke him again. Seeds. He's like,
Alright.
ignore the
Seeds.
fact that he's just like, he's just like, I see money in the future. Let me know if you have. I will find a way to make this work.
That's a small chance. Let's roll a 1d100.
Do it. What's the parameters?
Oh, I do.
Oh.
It was a
What'd you roll?
5% chance. I rolled a 99.
Ah.
Oh, it's like Zahn and the perfect potato.
Oh, it is.
Here's 4 seeds.
You see Drac, just like his eyes are now sparking even more as he looks on with glee. He's just like, yes, this
Tim
is
takes
money.
out a little book, summons a quill, writes down some care instructions, rips out the page, and hands it to you.
He just gently takes the seats, takes the paper, actually kind of takes a look. He's like, okay, grabs like a small little cloth out of his bag, which appears out of nowhere, wraps the seeds inside of it, and then just kind of like wraps the paper around it too, just to make sure he has everything together, and just plops it into the bag. Okay, I'm good. Let's go.
Oh, pay your farmer. Come on now. You can't just give it to him for free. He
Right.
needs to compensate you for this.
I'm fine with bartering. That's how we do a lot of things where I'm from. Should I
Right.
find a book?
He's just like, I don't want to give up money. I don't want to give up money. He's like, fine.
You've got
He
some
actually,
sort of
like,
book?
He
I'd love to
considers
have
for a
that.
moment and just like, oh, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Puts his hand back into the bag and just takes out 30 gold pieces and just goes, here.
We don't really have things to barter, but we can bring you to a library or bookstore. You can get books.
You've got a
Right.
library.
Tim,
Oh,
Oh,
fuck
now you've
you.
done it.
you watch as this Dragonborn holds out a handful of coins. They are about silver dollar sized. They are gold and they are stamped with what appears to be a very brief depiction of a singular island floating with a little like rook castle in the middle of it.
You really got your minting down. Nice.
What do you
Probably
mean?
use
Is it-
magic for it.
Tim's going to take out one of his Electrum coins and show it to all of you. It's
You've never seen this coin in your life.
We don't use Electrum. This is amazing.
Drac just looks at it. He goes, oh, I've seen that. That's a paperweight.
Right. It certainly
Um,
is.
How dare you?
That is what they use to actually hold all the papers on a ship if somebody leaves the windows open. Those are paperweights.
Well, paper is important, and so are
Mhm.
paperweights.
You have no idea on the Cloud Sea how bad it can be.
Right.
Can only imagine. Anyway, it's a pretty rough coin in comparison.
If
Pretty-
you don't mind
pretty
me
basic.
asking, what did you do back home? Like, who are you?
Well, first and foremost, I'm one of the children of the arable farmer there in our small village. We've got maybe 100 people. I think it's less.
Like 60.
Thomas Farms. It's Triple T Farms, actually.
On which island?
I also teach the kids during the winters, keep them educated. I work on magic research, help out with the apothecary.
Are you a studied one then, like the doctor is?
I am, and I haven't found anyone else that's studied like me. I hope we find him.
Right.
I'd love to chat.
Yeah.
And also, Rena and I are part of a offensive measure for our group to protect it from outside threats.
Do you also deal with skeletons and the like?
We haven't
dead
had to
bodies?
deal with skeletons, but we did have to deal with one pretty powerful undead, as far as I've seen.
No, I mean, like, can you actually, like, bring a skeleton back and make it active?
No,
Ugh.
Oh, I guess only the dog can. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten
Oh.
there yet.
I need Bob
And-
back.
And Rena?
Um,
What do you do back home?
I fish. That's about it. I work at the tavern with my mom and my sister on off days, and yeah, that's been about it. So
I mean, we're not too much different. I'm used to be a simple performer. Now turned mother and warden to these hooligans.
Warden, please.
What do you perform?
I'm not as bad as her. Points
Hey!
immediately to Red.
I chose my wording intentionally. I know it's about to break out.
Hmm.
Do you play an instrument or sing or dance?
do.
What?
I do have a lyre and I do sing on occasion.
Okay.
I don't recently, as I've been trying to assist my child with an affliction, a curse as well.
Right.
But hopefully I can get back to it once this is over.
We'll get to it.
And as we're walking, Eva is leading them out to the edge of the island where the fields meet the Cloud Ocean.
Okay, it's a good little trek, just so you know. What I will say for Rena and Tim, as you make your way through this land that's been titled to you as the Sirwich Fields, again, given your background and the way you were raised, the lives you've lived, you can tell while initially it looked like near where some of the buildings were that you came out of seemed to be for crops and things like that. The bulk of where you are is basically for just growing things an island would need to sustain itself. There is a evidence, remnants, remains of these fields, now mostly cut down and gutted as dirt. As it, again, both of you can tell, oh, this is the end of a harvesting season, which is strange to you because it's incredibly warm. It's a beautiful time of the day. You don't feel a cold snap or nothing seems off to signify the end of a harvest.
I have so many questions.
Ask.
Now is your time as you are walking.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you harvest clouds for your crops. It looks like you're closing out a season, but it feels pretty great here. What's the weather like? Do you get all 4 seasons?
What are seasons?
What the?
Well, spring,
Bless you.
summer, fall, winter.
What?
Temperatures
Oh.
change, weather changes.
you get snow.
Weather?
Well, they can't get snow. They're in or above the clouds.
No.
Are you unfamiliar with precipitation, the water cycle?
Okay, so I gotta ask, does Red have any inkling of memory about that?
So I will say there is like a general taught knowledge that at one time, when before the uprising, before the tearing of the ground, there was rain, snow, weather, things like that. It's taught, but it's kind of a glaze over at this point because it's been 200 years. It's like, hey, we used to have this thing. Here's what it used to do. We don't worry about it anymore because here's how we fixed it because we're above the clouds now. It's literally like out of your entire time of being taught in a school, it's like maybe an hour.
2 weeks. I was about to
Yeah.
say 2 weeks, if
Yeah.
anything, because somebody goes,
Like that.
"What was that thing from last week you talked about?"
Yeah, it's a quick glaze over. It's not like you're incredibly ignorant
Yeah.
to the concept because you're only 200 years removed, but
Mhm.
also you're 200 years removed. Like think about
Yeah.
the things we learn nowadays. It's a glaze over.
No, we're above the clouds. We don't get weather. We haven't for hundreds of years.
So can you just farm continuously with no issue?
Potentially.
Yeah.
Drac just shrugs. He's like, "I have no idea. I don't farm. I just steal things half the time and smuggle it from one island to another."
Oh,
Oh.
shame.
No, not so much. It's very lucrative. And Drake
Right.
continues to walk and smoke.
To each their own, I guess.
All right.
Are there outside threats that you have to deal with? There's
Mm.
nothing but sky all around. What
Um,
challenges do you
Pirates,
face?
Sky pirates.
Mhm.
What are pirates?
Drake just stops and turns around.
You're insulting me, I
Bandits?
think.
you said
Okay.
you have fish in rivers, right?
Yeah.
Do you have things that can be on the river, like boats?
Mhm.
No.
Yeah. Well,
Do
we've
we?
got.
Oh, well, we've got our
yeah.
own little.
It's kind of a boat.
We'll
It's
imagine a
small.
really,
like a raft.
really big one that floats in the clouds,
Oh.
and people are on it that try to take things from other people in other boats.
Oh, so
horrible.
your pirates are kind of like the tribes of goblins that we have around. Do they try to kill as well, or do they
Oh
really
yes.
Some do.
enjoy that? Okay.
Yeah, they do. Definitely do.
I believe the terms are pillage and plunder, if that is something you're familiar with.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, we're just surrounded by forest, and you never know what the elemental chaos is going to bring. Okay.
No, that's pretty much what it's like actually on the Cloud Ocean. You never know
Right.
what the
Our-
the water plane's going to do to you today. Anyway,
Or
moving
the
on.
Earth
You have
plane.
there's a whole plane for water.
Do you not know
I-
that's where clouds kind of come from? Like
Is it now? Okay.
like water come. You know what?
No, Drac.
Drac
You're,
at this
you're going
point
to
just
hurt
like
yourself. You're
he
going to
immediately
hurt
just stops
yourself.
talking. He's like, you know what? I am not teaching
As you
anything.
Get to that point in your mindset and speaking Dracix, you realize you almost run into the outmost wooden fence that prevents the animals from just walking off the edge of the island.
Oh, good. It's
And-
fenced in.
Tim and Renna, you are now ground zero of the Cloud Ocean. You are 10 feet from it. And the land just stops. The Cloud Ocean butts right up to it.
So not a good idea to just jump off of here, right?
no.
No.
Okay.
It is
If you want to.
I
Gravity
mean,
still works. Got it.
right.
So, let me put it to you this way. Not only does gravity still work, but the Earth that I believe you are familiar with is many, many, many miles down below us. Oops, careful there, Red.
And unlivable.
That was just a really strong wind that came through.
Really strong wind.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Sorry.
You
No,
didn't
you're
mute
good.
yourself.
What's
It's
Earth?
windy.
It is. Oh, it Wimdy.
We
What's
also
Earth?
the ground that you walk on.
Yeah.
Oh, Earth. Okay.
And in our
What do you call
land
your world? Yeah.
we believe that we were lifted from the ground because of a calamity of some sort that occurred, and there's a barrier between us and the ground below.
Do you have anywhere in your known history of your world, a great calamity of undead?
No.
Not that
Drac is
we-
just like saying off the top of his head, no.
Does
Based
that
off what he
tickle?
knows.
Does that tickle anything in Red's memory at all?
No, it does not. The
Okay.
taught history,
Okay.
words chosen correctly here, is that there was a great calamity, and for reasons lost or unknown, 14 to 16 specific, very large land masses, probably at one point mountains or something else, were lifted into the clouds in an attempt to save humanity as a whole. And when I say humanity as a whole, I mean all creatures. Dragonborn, orcs, half orcs, humans, that such.
Humanoids.
Humanoids.
Humanoid-esque. Yeah.
Oh, and the
We-
elves disappeared for the most part too.
Oh, well, that's sad.
Oh.
One of our elders
Try.
is elven.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, there's
Like,
an elf alive?
What do you call
full-blooded
your
elven.
world? Yeah. I think he said he's over 100, but not too much.
Young one.
Hadrian's a half elf.
Yeah. And Gorin Earth was half elf, half orc.
That is an interesting combination.
Poor Gorin.
I'm half elf myself, but we've never met a full-blooded elf. They're gone.
Non-existent.
We've heard that, supposedly they all died out.
What do you
Supposedly.
call your world?
What do we call our world, DM? We only know Wingata, really.
There is no official term for the world you live in because in the early stages, each island wanted to deem itself its own kingdom. And there was a very long, drawn out, no bloodshed, but political war about what to call this new land. No name was settled upon. It is simply known, if someone wants to refer to the entirety of the plane, you are known as the Skytorn.
Well, that seems contemporary. I'm not
Drac
sure.
is just shrugging at this point and enjoying his tobacco.
I'm not sure if we moved into a different world entirely or if this is a very, very distant future. Our world, we know it recently we found as Gatia.
Does that name tickle anything in Drax's brain because of
Or
Breeze?
reds.
It does not.
Okay.
But Rena, as I imagine you're probably still taking in this scene before you, this endless cloud milky ocean, you do see a couple boats
Oh, okay.
floating on the clouds. Engage in an activity incredibly familiar to you. Casting out nets, drawing them in. Casting out net and drawing it in.
Rena's gonna take her fishing net out of her bag.
Mhm.
How far away are the boats?
The boats, oh, they're out there a bit.
Oh, they're okay.
Like
Yeah.
50, 60 feet.
Hold on.
And that's the closest one. Like to describe how far out you can see one would be a number I don't want to come and make up with.
Okay.
They're far out.
So
Don't make me lie.
Don't
I'm
make
gonna
him do
assume-
math more like it.
I hate it.
Right? No
I'm going to
mathing.
assume at least 2
Okay.
miles.
so
Yeah, sure.
I wouldn't be able to land on one, is what I'm hearing.
Unless you can fly, probably not.
How
She
long
can.
is your fly?
I can fly 60 feet, and that is it.
I thought it was a time thing. In like 10 minutes.
Hold on. Actually, it might be.
Is it the fly spell?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you have 10 minutes at 60 feet
Oh.
every 6 seconds. You can easily make it to the closest boat.
The question is, can she make it back?
And are they gonna let me on the boat?
Good
Things
question.
to consider would be those.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it.
Tim speaks up. Says, Rena, if I return without you, your sister's going to be pissed.
And if you
And
return
I'm going
with
to be
me,
sad.
if you return with me, and I tell Rarissa that you kissed me on the fucking cheek this morning. Wrong
Who?
twin, Tim.
Yeah,
Wrong
well,
twin.
I was half asleep and I went to bed next to her. I didn't know we'd swapped into a different world potentially.
That's not my
Somebody-
problem.
In low, but still hard, like loud enough for them to all hear.
I could have done much worse.
Drac is going to like slowly like take a puff out and goes, "Somebody's definitely dead when they get back, if they get back."
It's
Red is
fine.
very, very interested right now.
I'm gonna get stabbed. My sister's stabby.
Well,
We should definitely. And then he looks at Ava, hearing that. We do not let her sister and Red meet. Either one is going to be flambéed, and the other one's just going to have holes inside their stomach at some point.
Doc can heal me. It's fine.
Don't take this personally at all, Rena. But I do wish she was here. This is amazing.
She'd be able to appreciate it a lot more than I do. I don't do much magic.
She doesn't
like,
either, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, but you and her, you know.
Do either of you hop the fence and go to the edge?
There is about 10 feet, so.
Yeah. And it's not like a super sturdy tall fence either. It's just like basically a lazy man's fence to stop the cattle or what have you getting from two basically just lemmings off the edge of the island.
Okay.
So you hop the fence. It's fairly short. You get to the edge of the island and you kind of stand there for a moment. It's literally just grass and then cloud. And this, when I say cloud, where you are, it's much more like an incredibly thick fog. It's not like the fluffy, pretty clouds we see like in Matt's background. What seems to surround the island for about 60 to 100 feet is this very calm, thick, hefty fog cloud. But then beyond that, so you don't know what effect is happening. You can start to see the usual style clouds out there. But there is no break. There are no holes. There are no separations. It is all connected as if you were looking at a giant lake or an ocean.
Can I see any fish?
Make a perception check. With advantage, you're a fisherman.
Oh, thank you. Okay, and that is a nat 20.
Let's go!
All right.
26.
Please don't pull up the sky shark.
Oh,
A
God.
natural 20. You can see the littlest dips and ups and downs of fins in this little school about 20 feet away from you.
Hey, what do those sky sharks look like?
Big, massive. You
How
don't
do
want
they
to see it.
taste?
Really, they will eat you. They can
They
eat you.
will.
They almost ate us.
Very sharp teeth.
Could it fit in my net?
How big
One
is your
might.
net?
I don't know.
Drac would, out of everybody, Drac would definitely
Drac
know
would know.
if it would.
You can fit one.
Like, maybe.
Think of a fish, make it about 10 times larger, larger fins, larger gills, with very sharp teeth and a very voracious appetite for anything that is also made of meat.
And as you're hearing this, you're looking at the little school of whatever kind of fish is there. And you're like, well, this can't be sky sharks. They're too small.
Well, she's just gonna throw her net in and try to catch
Yes!
fish.
And Drac is just going to go, but they do taste delicious, though.
And I'm not going to make you roll for it. This is your profession. There's no need to try and skill check this. You just... and it lands. You give it a quick upward yank. Closes. You start reeling it in. And it starts floating. As you pull it in,
Like a balloon
they
of
don't
fish.
have... Well, they don't have... I'd say the ground, but really don't have like the water as a resistance force. They're in clouds. It's much less for them to be able to fight with. So it's
They
easier
don't have
to
a
pull.
water bladder. They have a cloud bladder.
As you pull, it's just right along the top of the clouds coming to you.
Vape niche.
And you grab it and you hold it up and you're like, this should be way heavier.
This is fantastic. Oh my gosh. Damn, look.
But after
Okay,
about
Don't
30,
stick that in my
45
bag.
seconds, it slowly starts to get heavier.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm just gonna pull it, I guess, back
Yeah.
So it's not gonna fall back into the clouds.
Okay.
And maybe try to hop back over the fence if I can.
Yeah, easy enough.
Okay, alright, cool. Yeah, and just watch it slowly drift, I guess.
Yeah, it
Okay.
becomes heavier, and then it
Okay.
eventually it settles on the ground.
Okay.
Then it becomes what you believe to be a usual weight of a fish of this size. Something about their anatomy, when you force pull them out of there, make a nature check.
I don't know if I'm good at that. I don't think I am. Nope. Oh, but I rolled okay, so total of 17.
Total of 17?
Yep.
Okay, and this will make sense. If a fish has to survive in a cloud, it's got to be lighter somehow. How does the fish get lighter? It somehow has a way to lessen its body weight. You don't know how, but it does. So it makes sense that if that's some kind of an organ or an effect the fish can control, the longer it's out of the cloud ocean, the heavier it's going to get.
Interesting. Okay. Yorena doesn't understand any of that, but the fish got heavy.
Yep.
All right. And because I need to know, about how many fish do you think I caught?
Eight.
I'm fine with that. Okay. Good. I hope I can bring those back.
Jack just looks over, just goes, I would love to have you on my ship. Oh, wait, I need to go to the docks and actually make sure the fact that the paperwork goes through for the ship. Shit.
Right, we do need to check on the ship.
You have a ship? And there's paperwork?
He
Right.
just starts to chuckle and grin as he slowly brings out a piece of paper that you can clearly see is a deed for a ship. He thought he could keep this from me. Idiot.
We still need to deal with the fallout of that.
Ah,
Mm,
shit.
Right.
You just had to like ruin my mood.
You know, I'm being realistic.
Technically, they don't know it was us.
Have we communicated at all to them being, the people in
I
charge?
don't know.
That what happened or any of the evidence or
He's aware that I
anything?
have it. We just have to get it to him.
Right.
Which means going not only into town, but into the castle if he doesn't send someone to us.
He's probably not going to, not after the warehouse.
And we're not in a place to be going into town right now.
We
No.
could always send Drac into town to get us more hats.
You just like making me spend money. And he's just slightly glaring at Red.
You're getting a free ship.
What about us?
And he just slowly turns to look at them. He takes a small inhale and
You're not
breathes out.
allowed in this capital place?
Oh,
No, you
it's
would, but you're also
fine.
not conspicuous enough because you kind of scream, "What the fuck?"
Right. Ugh.
Probably my fault.
No,
Well,
no.
If
Both.
well, no, Reese wouldn't work.
No.
We could pass
Definitely
them off
not.
as someone from one of the other islands, though.
True, but that's if somebody's really looking hard at it.
Hmm.
You think they're not going to be staring at the entire city when they walk in there?
Uh,
They haven't seen glass.
Well, we've seen
mean-
glass. We just haven't cracked
Can-
it for ourselves yet.
Can you two keep control of your expressions?
Good at poker?
I don't know what poker is.
Question for you, DM.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, I poked a few things. but
How?
I get that you're alluding to something else.
Right.
How would I pose this question?
Just ask me. We'll figure it out.
Just
Be
spit it out.
controlled as a island. Is it more village, city?
One more time.
Beacon Trove. Drax's
Trove?
hometown.
Beacon Trove. You know what? That's a great question because I have to dig through my notes. Let's go ahead and take our break.
Yes!
So
Poor
we'll
Sid
take,
until he get his
also-
notes.
Yeah.
Also,
Because
look up Loomshire just in case Beacon Trove doesn't work. I'm sure Loomshire might.
Will do. We're going to take a 10-minute break. Good for everybody?
That's fine.
All right. We're going to take a 10-minute break. We'll see you guys then. We're going to get our snacks. Go get your snacks. See you in 10.
Yee.
welcome
I
back,
didn't do it.
everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out during our snack break. We went and got our snacks. We hope you went and got your snacks. I'm going to get right back
I didn't do it, I
into
swear.
it. So to answer your question, Drakic, since I answered it on break, I will go ahead and answer it here for the audience so they can kind of know where you're going with this. Your particular hometown is what I would call compact. It is probably same or just less than population numbers as Wingata, but it is a smaller island and it's known for its it's the unofficial official ruling force of how commerce is dealt. They deal with like tax laws and they deal with trade and who trades what when, and it kind of also kind of stems into what island grows what when. They don't really control that part of it, but they do take those requirements and I wouldn't say laws when it comes to that, but that guidance from the islands. Hey, we're going to grow this year because this is what we grew this last year. We're growing this year. Things like that. They don't dictate those, but they do incorporate that into the planning of the trade routes for the next year, planning of where the islands are going to be, because most of the islands do move, except for the one you're on.
Yep.
For you, Miss Red, your island is still built up, still populated, but not. It's definitely one of the more laid back, low down places.
Okay.
So, what are you guys up to?
Draken's gonna look to the two of them and just go, okay, we can kind of get this through by bringing you into the city. If anybody asks, you're from Beacon Trove.
Say that again. Beacon
You are
Trove?
from Beacon Trove.
Beacon Trove. Okay, thank you. While we're traveling, would you mind telling us what adversities you've recently overcome, what you've been dealing with? You said someone said y'all almost died, yesterday?
No, definitely did.
Definitely did too.
Which would be the second time, but anyway, we don't really talk about the first.
Right.
So, moving on.
I'm wondering if maybe the things that we've each been dealing with might be tied together somehow, seeing as how we're here in your world and your friends are probably in ours.
Do you also have black blades that can deplete your vitality, and if they kill you with it, can actually turn you into a almost lifelike zombie?
No, not as far as we're aware.
That's one of the biggest things we're dealing with lately.
I hate to interject, but I do have maybe a quick question to the three of you, my players. What route are you taking them into the city? Are you walking there, or are you going through other modes of transportation?
I don't think Red is supposed to go to the city, especially because she doesn't have a hat.
Okay.
So apparently Doc has one of our hats, which is unfortunate because we only have one.
Yeah.
So either Drakex can take it and go do his business and drop off things, or we can split it up if you're confident that you can get around. Drakex.
Wait, no, we have been corrected. They do not, which means that it's probably. Oh no, Eva, you had one, and I had one.
I had one. I thought Doc had the other one.
No, I did.
Oh, okay. My bad then.
No worries.
I'll stay home. It's fine.
Drac is just gonna take his hat as we're walking, and just put it onto Red's head immediately, and just get used to that. And then as they're walking, he's just gonna kind of drag up some dirt from the ground, and just starts kind of put it over his arm, whatever scales can be seen, just to kind of darken them with the dirt and everything.
Okay.
Going with that natural type of look, and then it also kind of smears out on the armor a bit too, just to make it a little bit duller.
Red and Tim, make Arcana checks.
Oh. I'm gonna use a sorcery point.
Oh. Keep rolling low.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so much
D4s.
better.
You could use a D4.
You could.
You could use a D4.
It's still a 16. It's fine.
Okay. The two of you kind of get this even though you've been a little bit harsh to them, Red,
Mm.
the two of you both kind of see Drakic's doing this. And if you so choose, the both of you may begin to cast or cast Prestidigitation to dirty.
Oh yeah, that works.
Oh yeah.
Drac is like not even
Yeah.
thinking about the fact that they have the spell. He's just like la da 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 da, just naturally doing it, and because he's done this probably 15 times in his journeys, it's the most natural thing to kind of like. I don't have a magical way of kind of passing myself off. Use dirt to try to dull myself a little bit.
Tim will
Yeah.
happily oblige. He's
Oh,
not
Red will.
used to dirtying people with the spell. He
Right.
most often uses it to clean because it's so easy, so convenient.
No
But
dishes.
he's happy to fill a need as he sees it. And with my curse, I rolled a 96 on the first one. Second one was a 16. So you'll get one cast, and then he just kind of stops and he's speechless for a bit.
Red will
But
keep
he
going
dirties you.
until he's completely dirtied.
Tim, with the first casting of that spell, you notice something different. The way you normally pull your magic is not there. Something else has taken its place. And you feel, as you open yourself to that source of magic you're used to pulling from, this source is greater. It is deeper and wider than anything you've ever tried to touch before. And you actually feel you have to pull restraint. And for the first time, you're probably thankful the curse kicks in and locks you out for a moment.
What is with your magic?
You know, in order to answer that, I'd have to know what's with your magic.
That was
Yes?
I think people are wearing hats right now.
Two of them are
Two,
Eva
yeah.
and Red.
I'm gonna put
Yeah.
my fishing hat on.
I love
In the
it.
background.
Yes.
It's like a brown bucket hat.
Oh, okay.
That's adorable.
Perfect. I
I
love it.
This is beautiful.
It's like the force of a river going through I don't know, a tiny hole that was, I felt like a sieve for a massive amount of power.
Right.
Drac mutters something draconic under his breath.
I don't know what would have happened if I'd lost control or casted something more than a cantrip.
We're in a place, if you would like to certainly try, this is the place to do it before we actually get into the city.
Right. Just perhaps don't use our dragonborn as a point of.
They can put it out over the ocean. It'll be
Right.
fine.
Drac just looks over to Red like, why would I be the target for this? No. You know what? Maybe I should have just left you fall flat on the ground
Right.
instead of making sure the fact that you did not.
You know, perhaps
Ungrateful.
you should realize that it goes both ways. You saved me and I saved you.
Yeah. He kind of like scratches at his neck at a small scar. Yeah. Save.
Right. So we're even then?
He just continues to walk slowly toward,
Right.
like in the direction of the train. He's just like, no, I'm not having this conversation. Going to the train.
Tim casts Fireball.
Okay. Where do you aim it?
Out in the sky, not above.
Not above.
Into the
Not-
ocean.
Not toward a boat, right?
Yeah, just
No. Maybe, fish get caught up in it, but I'm not
I
concerned.
need you
You'll cook them for us.
to roll a control check.
Okay.
And how this is going to work is I'm going to roll a D100, and then you're going to roll a D100. Now, before you tell me what it is, I need you to ask you a question. This will dictate your control. Do you want them to be both high, or do you want them to be mismatched where one's high, one's low?
I want them to be both high.
Okay. If these are both above 50, you will maintain control.
Okay. That's
What do you roll?
rolled a 12.
Oh,
Oh.
Damn. I rolled a 9. Tim, how do you
Yes.
normally cast Fireball?
Well,
His silence says so much.
I cast through my book
Okay.
for most of my spells. That's my focus,
Okay.
and usually have my staff in the other hand. So it's a wave motion of the book, vocal, somatic,
Okay.
and
You reach for the book, you pull it out, and you open it to the page you need to be to. And does your book, I guess, just the pages just fly open to where you need it to?
yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so Drakix, Eva, Red, unfamiliar sight to you as the doc casts through a different kind of focus. You
Mhm.
watch as this individual pulls out a book, and the pages just on their own fly through the book. An impossible number of book pages. There's no way this is many pages in this tiny book. Then it stops, and the book levitates out of his hand. And above the book, a ring of glyphs in this bright red appears. And then another, and another, and another, until they kind of form this weird, like, tower structure, maybe like 2 feet tall. And in the middle of the bottommost, you see this little mote, this bead of bright red energy focusing. And Tim, you're like, well, this is happening. And you're holding the book and you're focusing. You're like, okay, there's the fireball, that tiny mote. I got this. Now I just want it to go up. And as soon as you think that command, like, I just want it to go up, like dropping a mortar missile down a tube, it just flies straight up. And then about 100, 120 feet in the air,
Okay, that was cool.
Drac is gonna look up at it, probably like just hear the flutter, it's kind of turn around and just watch this thing just like zoom and then just explode. Give it a moment. I give it a 7 out of 10. Turn around and continue walking towards the train.
The distance on that one was impressive. I don't think I've ever managed that sort of distance before. Not with that particular spell, anyway.
Yeah,
Drac
but
walking away. That's
I don't
because
think I
they're
have
usually
much-
closer than that.
I mean, fair. That is fair. Have I ever tried to throw up? I don't know.
usually have more control.
All right.
First time for everything.
I'm not even gonna try it.
Yeah.
you ain't gonna try it?
Mm-mm.
What are you thinking?
Burning hands.
Burning hand? Oh, I thought you were gonna think of something else
No,
because of your
no.
particular class of fighter.
No. No.
Okay,
Yeah, she hasn't shown much of her subclass.
gotcha.
Only one aspect of it.
Okay. So, Red, you head back to the apothecary. No, you have that.
No, I have a hat now.
So, it does take a short rest to attune to it.
Hmm
Figure the
So-
travel would and then the train ride would kind of count as a short rest,
It's a good point.
if I may.
Rena and Tim, as they guide you in a different course further into the island. You can tell you're getting further inland because there is a gentle kind of slope to the entirety of the island. While it is too large for you to view from where you're at, it is apparent that it does have a bit of a upscale to the whole thing. And there's just a random wooden small shack out in the middle of the fields with this kind of like wooden platform to it. And you watch as these three individuals walk up to it. They have a little
Drac pays.
conversation. Yep.
Yep. And Drac is going to pay for the 5 of them.
They have a conversation with the individual within this little small shack, and then they all take a seat.
Okay, why the hats? And why the dirt?
At this point in time, Drac is just going to look at Tim, inhale, exhale, and then inside Tim's head, he's going to hear Drac's voice. We may or may not be wanted for things that may or may not have happened to bad people in places with possible nobles that we were not to be seen with. And also, we may not have accidentally destroyed a warehouse or two.
Just one. Just the one.
Yeah, you don't hear this.
No, you don't hear that. That's
Oh,
all in
yeah,
Tim's
I
head.
don't.
Tim's
It's
hear the
all
voice,
mental.
sees no lips moving, just Drac smoking, but definitely hears Drac's voice.
Okay.
And then at the end of that, Drac just winks at him and just goes back to smoking.
Tim will say okay in his head and he'll give a nod.
It does not come out. It's just one-way communication out, and he just knows. He's just like, I love fucking with people.
He then will. Oh, he's stunned for a second. That's better. He actually casts sending and says, "All right, I got it. Thanks for the heads up. I'll keep my mouth shut."
Hearing the voice, he's like, oh, he did one of those. Good to know.
Tim, you hear back, oh, he did one of those. Good to know.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
But Rena and Tim, after about 25, 30 minutes of sitting here, you both kind of notice something is coming towards you in the sky. About 40, 50 feet in the sky. This object is speeding towards your current location.
What's
And
that?
as you stare at it
Is that a problem?
and focus on it, you both notice that as it gets closer, it does get slower. You can see it's about 8 large rectangular crates, all affixed together, with the one in the front and the one in the back having windows in them. The 6 in between are just plain, what appear to be closed off crates. But you can look as it gets closer to where you are, it is slowing down. And also, Tim, you would pick up on the fact that at the very front of where it is, these blue runes in the sky are coming to life. And then behind it, as it passes, after a certain point, they fade back. And it moves until it is directly above you. And then it descends to the ground.
That's amazing.
Directly in front of both of you is what appears to be a mostly empty carriage, question mark? As you watch some people kind of, the door opens and people who are obviously over-partied are coming out. I'm talking untucked shirts, they smell not that great, hair disheveled, one still holding a liquor bottle.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, harvest clothes! Trying to hang on to last bit of a party as they empty this carriage. And it is left for you to enter by yourselves.
Calmly walks in without a question.
Tim's gonna purse his lips and follow suit.
Retta?
Yep, going in.
And we're going
Red-
into the carriages with no windows?
You have windows in this one.
Okay.
The door
Red will
closes.
bring up the rear as usual.
Okay. Door closes on its own after a few moments, and you feel it lift off the ground as it ascends 50 feet into the air, and you actually feel a little jostle as it connects to whatever railway or system it's keeping it here. Just a little, and the slightest hums of as it takes off.
Okay, where do I find books on how this works?
That would be the library.
Any library? You have multiple or just one?
We do have a multiple.
Oh, damn it.
Got
don't
it.
wanna-
So knock you out after 2 hours and drag your body over my shoulder. Okay.
All
I'm
right.
giving Umir a mouthful, earful when I get back.
Um,
Why do I feel
don't-
bad for them? I don't know why.
looks to Red, looks to Drac. Should we tell him?
My pleasure is all yours, dear.
Go ahead, have fun.
We have an entire school dedicated to this magic. They have an academy with their own libraries for their students. This
An
is
academy.
Right.
you know how you said you teach the children.
Yeah.
Think of that, but instead of teaching children, you're teaching young adults, and you're teaching them in a very ornate, very large facility.
Facility? It's not just one building?
No.
It can be,
Alright.
but it's usually multiple,
Oh,
and with their own library.
I need to see this. I need to see this soon. Really soon. Okay.
Does
Just
a place of learning not happen where you come from?
I'm
He's
the
the
one who
teacher.
started it. I
Yeah.
teach them everything that I make sure that the level of education is as where it is. I teach, language, arithmetic. We teach about, the surrounding area, what to watch out for, the nature of it all, your plants and herbs, how to forage. But there's
Okay.
not enough foundation in our magical knowledge for anyone to be teaching much about that. We're still figuring things out. Most of
Understandable.
everyone that casts where I'm from, it comes to them innately. And they don't really
Right.
explain much as it bothers me. No one can write any of this down because it's like in a different language for them.
I kind of understand how that is. Mine is innate as well.
It's kind of just a part of who we are. It's not easy to describe when it just. And she just frosts over her hand again. We don't know how it happens. We can just kind of do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Drac
Oh.
is just going to listening to all this. He's just going to go, Tim, just keep it in your pants when you get there, okay? I don't want to hear anything going on because God forbid we don't need any more.
Speaking of when we get there, when should we change, Eva?
Oh, I was going to change now, but the first thing is, who's in charge of our guests? Are they coming with me? Are they going with you to the docks, Drakex? Red, where are you going to be going?
I'm going with you, Eva.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll bring them along with me to the docks. That'll be
You can, show them around
interesting.
down there.
That'll be very, very interesting. Yes.
Show them a
Hmm.
galleon while you're at it, just so that, we can totally blow them out of the water, so to speak.
Should we really be splitting up at this juncture?
The problem is that getting around the city unnoticed is harder with more people, and I am able to get around without being seen when there are fewer of us. So if you would
Right.
like to come along, love, you're more than welcome, but a big party like this will stand out like a sore thumb.
Right.
That is very true.
Especially with these two, they're going to be
Gawking
staring.
and
No offense.
following a
I
man
don't
covered
mean
in
to-
debt.
I don't mean to belittle you, but this is going to be a lot of new for you. I presume.
Speaking of a lot of new for you, as this Weave Tech Railway makes its way from the Surwich Fields into the Faydrift Dynasty, Tim and Renna, you look out over the open windows available, and actually, you know what? Let me not assume. I know Tim would probably be looking, but Renna, would you be trying to take in the sights as well, or would you be a little more concerned for yourself?
She's pressed up against the window.
Okay, just checking. Imagine Tim is probably the same.
He's still talking.
Okay.
It's more like this. It's like, this is the glass. This is Tim's face. Still talking to us.
Oh,
but
yeah.
finally switching outside. His voice is not muffled.
Right on the money. And he's just talking. He doesn't even fully expect a response, but he's got to talk. He's like just wondering out loud.
Okay. You, both of you, watch as the vision of the Surwich Fields, the farmland, is abruptly ended. No wall, no craziness like that, no gap, but instead a definitive distinction between just land and buildings. And the particular route you are coming in at, every building that is directly below you and within immediate sight is made entirely of stone. It is incredibly well built. There are structured and paved roads. There are layered buildings, some large, some small. There are people walking back and forth. There is just life happening within this stone area. Banners here and there, different things, shops, different colors. Renna, you can see various, I wouldn't say like an over-presence, and this is for the rest of the party as well. You don't notice an over-presence of guards, but you notice a regular presence. The only reason it would appear to be an over-presence was because the guards, unfortunately, couldn't partake in the Harvest Close Festival last night because they're busy doing their actual jobs. So there's
You're
not a lot
rounding
of...
up all the drunks.
Basically, yeah. They're gathering up the people who unfortunately partied a little hardy, and it's a little, I wouldn't say the streets are dead, but definitely less busy because everyone's recovering or just having a great second day of the Harvest Close Festival. So there's still streamers, there's still a smell of incredible foods in the air, things like that, as it comes to its first stop within this area, and in similar fashion it stops in a mostly widened area and it lowers and the doors open.
You all have plumbing?
I was gonna ask the same damn thing.
Yes.
Did
So-
y'all figure out plumbing?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Uh-huh.
only heard about it. Red. Oh.
Now we get to
Um,
see it, Tim.
So does this give her enough time to attune to the hat so she changes before
Yeah,
she
I'd say
steps
so.
out?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, good, cool. So I'm gonna both post this picture and describe it. She now has very light auburn hair, and she appears to be in kind of a little bit less well dressed than normal brown and white dress. She looks entirely unlike herself, completely innocent.
All right.
Drac coughs when he sees that look.
Eva?
She will have also changed, so for the others, if you turn around back to the carriage, in place of the half-elf, the blonde half-elf that was there before, you now see a similar height, just a regular human. Her hair is short, brown, like that pixie cut just under the ears. And instead of the black and purple tunic that she had worn, she has these very ragged clothes that look like she would be almost like destitute.
Okay.
My hat didn't do that.
Drac is just gonna pat her on the shoulder. It's okay.
We can get you one to bring home if you'd like.
Oh no.
There's a
All
lot
of
of
you
things I want to bring home.
Step out into the streets to where, again, not quite as lively as the festival last night, but still in decent spirits. Definitely less people because most people are still recovering and sleeping it off. But there are baked goods. There are places, stands already selling food, getting things set up and ready. There's still a couple of games here and there. Guards walking around. Nothing seems to be too awry, which to the three of my players seems a little off.
Drac is just immediately going, I don't like this.
Can we see like how far is the casino from here?
From here, you're about a 30-minute walk.
Mm.
If I was any other character. Ooh. Ooh.
We're just a couple of country bumpkins.
God.
Should we
You and I can take our part here. I assume Drac would want to get closer to the docks.
probably.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we'll be off then. Meet back at the apothecary tonight, or
Yeah, you can do that.
all right.
Holler if you lose the kids. And she'll just walk off the train.
Drac just looks at her as she walks off with that and just goes, in her head, it's impossible for me to do that.
It's true, you can't. That's true.
Yeah, Red will walk off with Eva.
Okay.
Sprints away. No.
Drac is just like already kind of like watching the two of them, just goes, all right. Soon enough, we'll get to the docks and I can show you exactly what it looks like.
So we'll go with Drakix, Tim, and Rena first.
And where's this academy?
We'll get to that afterwards.
Okay, patience. Got it. What do you
It's
have
not
to do at
just
the docks?
It's not your strong suit, is it?
Not when it comes to magic and knowledge. No.
You would have
Otherwise,
been
I'm a
best
very
fri-
patient person.
You would have been best friends with Doc, I could tell already.
Speaking of magic and patience and purpose, Drakix, you realize that there is no safe path to take. As
Is
you
there?
begin to walk with these individuals, you immediately pass a magic item shop. The door is open. The windows are packed with handwritten signs on the windows, glowing due to magic, Harvest Close Festival, sales.
Drag is just like walking without actually realizing, as he mentions like you would get along so well with Doc, and then like as he turns around to the other side, he's just like, wait, where did
Is Tim still there?
Is there
I was
anything
trying to find him.
shiny? Sorry.
Finding
Is there anything shiny? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Rena's gone. Just
Okay.
immediate diversion.
he's just like God fuck. He's just like immediately just like, wait, magic shop, and he just like peers into the door and is just gonna drop his head when he sees them both inside. Okay. He's gonna walk in and just go like, can you not like run off without warning me? And like under his breath in Draconic, if they do understand it, and this is how half the time I get into trouble. Somebody always running off.
So,
All right. Tim does hear you. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I don't.
do you head into the magic shop, Tim?
Can I kiss?
Drac is already going in because he already realized they both kind of like bolted inside.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah,
he
he's
says
going.
this inside the shop
Okay.
to them
Well,
both.
if he sees Dracus, coming over, he's on the way in as he is apologizing.
The second Rena saw something shiny, she just diverted, so she's already in there.
It's fine. It's fine. And he's just like walking in. He's just like, internally, he is crying because he could already feel the party funds just screaming in pain.
So inside this lovely shop, Tim and Rena, you see the equivalency of basically a jewelry shop, but instead of jewelry, it is an unknown amount of enchanted items. You see rings, you see amulets, you see bracelets, you see boots, you see cloaks that are hanging up, you see pieces of armor, whole sets of armor. And you see near the back, with a smile and a bald-shaved head, a human male individual. Ah, good morning. How can I help you? My name is Bryce.
And Bryce, we're just looking, and he kind of like stares at the two of them, like, please tell me we're just looking. Please tell me we're just looking.
Tim points at a ring, just random ring. How much does this cost?
Ah, yes, that. And he shuffles over rapidly. This here, and he opens the case, pulls it out. This is a ring that, when worn, it will allow you to walk on all manner of liquids. Even, some say, the Cloud Ocean itself.
Okay.
Highly sought after. He places it on a very ornate purple silk cloth on the table, on the counter.
Okay, but how much?
Ah, well, that price. As I
Drax's
get my
tail
price-
is wrapping around Tim and
I-
pulling him back. We're just looking. Don't mind him. Ignore him. He's
He's
very curious.
putting his hand, just go, leave.
And he's looking for Ren at the same time. He's just like, wait, where the hell did the other one go? Oh
She's
shit.
just
I'm fucked.
circling. Probably touching everything.
I assume the bald guy is just thumbing through a catalog right now.
Yep, he is.
Tim's
That
just looking.
is 500 gold.
Okay, my seeds didn't give me that much. Do you sell any books on how to make these things?
Of course, of course. One moment. And he puts the ring away, a little disgruntled, closes it, but tries to give a good smile. Goes to another shelf, and you can see he just looks at it. No, and he just waves his hand. The shelf vanishes and is instantly replaced with just books. Ah, there you are. Which one are you? And you see it does it again, and all the books just start rotating through. No, there. And he kind of holds his hand on it, stops, and it's just a completely different bookshelf, different books, but it stopped. And he grabs one and pulls it out. Did you just want how to make the ring, or did you want anything associated with that?
Enchanting in general would work.
In general, okay. Puts it back. Stop. Nope. Nope. And he swipes up, and it shifts again. And every time he does this, there's like there's like a locking sound every time. There you are. And he grabs this thick fucking tome, like that thick. Dust just flies off. Ah, yes, the beginner's guide to enchanting all things needed and known for the beginning enchanter. He sets it down.
Okay. I take it. Mind if I
Now-
thumb through or?
And he puts his hand on it. Well, you see, I'm not saying you're untrustworthy. I'm just saying there are individuals who, with the mere touch of a book, can arcanely absorb all the knowledge. So before, I will need payment in full.
And how much?
50 gold.
50 gold.
Yes.
Hey, Drakix. Can I owe you 20 gold somehow?
Are there like
Drac probably still has like half of the stub of the tobacco in his mouth too. He's just like considering this. And he's just like,
Sir, if you
considering
would
this
mind to
and-
step outside with that.
Fine. Hold on. He just kind of puts it in his mouth. Doesn't really breathe through it or anything. It's just slightly lit still.
Okay.
He just reaches into the bag and just brings out 50 gold and just puts it down on the table. And he's just like, this is the only thing he's getting. Because I
Okay.
feel like I will be poor.
He slides the book over.
And then he just immediately looks over to Ren. I'm just like, what do you want? And he
But-
says it with the same hesitation.
are there like clothes or garments or anything in here?
Not a ton of clothes or garments. Well, first let me ask, what are you looking for? Because that will kind of help me.
Honestly, anything.
Okay, there are.
Yeah.
You do see probably like 3 tunics and a couple cloaks.
Okay.
They appear to be. They appear to be mundane, but they're hanging in this kind of a shop.
Okay. Right. Are they like we could pick them up? Or are they behind like the?
No, they can pick them up. They're
Okay, cool.
far enough, basically in the back of the shop where he can still see the whole shop, but you're
Mhm.
far enough from the front door. It's
Okay.
not like they're locked behind anything, like how the front of
Okay.
the store is mostly lock and key for the items.
So when Drakix turns around, she has all of those in her hands, and then sets them on the counter.
Ah, yes, excellent choices. So what we have here, and he takes the first one and like does a flick, and it goes from brown to red. So what this is, and he flicks it again, it goes from red to blue. The enchantment lets you choose the color with nothing but just as you wear it, and he kind of like he holds it over his arm, then he just takes his finger. You don't really need to flick it. You can just use your finger and just think of the color. Think. It's pink. And then you just think, stay here. Powder blue.
She's just jaw drop, like. Oh, that's so cool. What do the cloaks do? What do those do?
Ah, what he
Sorry,
puts that
Brandon.
down. He grabs the cloak. This is a cloak that if you he kind of looks up and down. You have your weapons visible, right?
Yeah.
See, you have a talent for the blade?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Oh, this would serve you well. This can make you a little more dexterous. Maybe that weapon that barely hits you doesn't make it this time. Or
Ooh.
maybe you see oh gosh, what is that they call it? A fireball coming your way, and you're able to just barely get out of the way of it. It is a cloak of protection.
I want that. How much is that? It'd be really good, Tim, for if you ever hit me with a chromatic orb again.
Wow. Fucking hell. I'm really
He-
sad I pecked you on the cheek. You're not going to let either of these go.
He thumbs
Nope.
through the book again. This one is 450 gold.
He just
Okay.
like Drac hearing that just looks at Tim. do you typically? You know what? I don't even want to know. I don't want to ignore. I'm not. I'm just gonna leave it alone.
It was an accident, a misfire. All right. Heat of battle. We were scared. This abomination came out of nowhere. The first time we were out of our village, we were very far from our village.
He sets it
Yeah.
down. He grabs the another shirt, and he kind of shows it to you. This here, what this can do, is it can actually help you talk a little better if you're not very silver-tongued. It kind of gives you a hand with that. And he sets it down.
Okay. She's gonna turn and look at our dragonborn friend with really big puppy dog eyes.
He's gonna look at you with the most deadpan look. I'm not a walking bank. Let's move
So-
on.
What is this like an equivalent? And she puts Electrum on the counter.
What is that?
It's
They're from Beacon Trove. Don't
He
mind them.
picks it up. Beacon Trove. I'm from Beacon Trove. I've never seen this.
We're from way out in the country.
Make a deception check.
oh, shit.
He's for the first time. Drac is just like, of all people, I have to find somebody from home to deal with currently. Oh, for me to make a deception check?
No, Tim.
Oh,
Shit.
Damn it. damn it. Damn it. I was hoping to help.
Drac is gonna go, oh wait, you are? From which part? And trying to like divert attention away
Trying
from
to
the
divert
two.
attention?
Can I add a D4
Absolutely,
to
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Drac is gonna try to bring it over. It's like, wait, from which part? I'm also from Beacon Trove.
What's your total?
16.
15. I rolled it. I was like, oh, they're fucked.
Oh shit.
He kind of looks at it. And Drakex, you pick up on it real quick. He lies right back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, not here. No, he sets it down.
Turn and look
Drac
back.
is just like looks to the two of them, and they both hear. Never pull out that shit again. And then Drac is just gonna put the 450 on the counter. Good for the damn cloak.
Okay.
Damn. I should have picked something else.
Rot has reimbursed your use of that D4, so you still have 3.
Damn.
Now,
Thank you, Rot.
while in this place, you are welcome to hang on to that cloak of protection. When you return to your world, I will not speak for what may or may not happen to items acquired here.
Oh, I'm already DMing JT.
That's his call to make when you
He's
get to
not.
your world.
He's not gonna let me keep it. I know it. I know for him. Sorry.
It's okay.
Anyway.
Who knows what he may do with it? I'm sure he'll have things I'll have to figure out when I get my players back.
I think he'll kind of slow me down, but I think he'll be okay with my purchase.
I have no idea what this is. Drac is already, after you guys get both your items, he is now dragging you out of the store and walking away.
And I like that store. That was fun.
You see Tim open the new book, and then another one of his books goes out and is floating up above him. But it's not facing him, it's actually facing where we're walking.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, I love these. That's a 25, sir.
Is that your final answer?
You know what? I'll add a D4. Why not? 26.
Okay. 26. Through the self-taught ways you are as Order of the Scribe, I imagine you'd also bring your pen.
I can summon my quill and it can write on its own.
Okay. As you're kind of you crack open the book, you begin to give it a thumb through. Your quill apparates without prompt. And the pages begin to flip on their own. Faster. 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 Until about a quarter, halfway through the book, the pen stops and points itself onto a page. And it's standing straight on the page. You look at it and you realize the language on this page is literally gibberish.
Okay.
Do you push further?
Yeah.
Okay. Make me an Arcana check.
Oh. Oh, sweet. How many D4s do we have?
You still have 2 more.
Yep, you used one, so you got 2 left.
I'll use one more. All right, total of 29.
Jeez.
With a 29, you look and you can make out there's distinct characters here and there. You've seen these before. These are placeholders, runes, magical in nature. And take the quill from your hand and you begin to, as you're walking, you don't even realize, head down, hitting nothing, weaving perfectly. You quickly dissect the page and you begin to graft a shape onto it. First is a triangle, circle, other little circles around it, other characters and words as you write them. And then you look back like, perfect. Without even thinking, you just tap the middle of the page. And the book, in little half-inch blocks, the page begins to fold in on itself, impossibly deep. And then you ever seen where people like take those like really thick books and they just carve out a bunch of the pages in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
You see that.
That wounds me.
And there is an
Same.
amulet sitting in the middle of it.
Cool. Casting Identify on it.
You guys identify?
Yep. I'm going to use my quick ritual cast feature as a scribe.
Okay. Well, that gets you everything, so I'm just going to send you the stat block for it.
Thank you.
It has a stat block?
What the fuck did he just get?
I don't know, but I like being here.
And he only paid 50 gold for him.
I didn't even pay.
Yeah.
You didn't even say, yeah.
So technically it's Drax. It's technically Drax. You're just borrowing it for now.
I will say this on stream, but I'm going to send this to you first so you have it. In your mind, as this arcane knowledge flows through you, you realize you are holding a weave tech amulet of teleportation.
That would have been so fucking useful.
You realize that with this amulet, you don't know what weave tech is. It doesn't grant you that much knowledge, but you just know that whatever weave tech is, it's what powers and built this device. You know it has 3 charges, and you know it can transport you over an unlimited amount of distance through certain parameters on the same plane of existence, as long as you maybe have some familiarity with that place.
After Tim is done, he's gonna
So, Tim,
pipe
you
up.
process that for a minute. I need to
Yeah.
jump back to a couple
Sure.
people.
Please.
Rena, what are you up to with your fancy new cloak you put on?
That's about it. She's putting it
Okay.
on, probably twirling a bit, put the hood up.
Okay.
That's about it.
You feel, are you a dex-based fighter or are you more armor-based?
Dex.
You feel a little quicker.
Sweet. I have to attune to this, right? Yeah.
It will come.
Totally good.
Trakix, you're leading them through the docks, or through the
Yeah.
area. You get to the docks.
Quick question.
Sure.
Does Drax see that amulet? Does he kind of recognize it a tiniest of bits?
No.
Okay. Thank you. That's what I needed to know.
He's saving your wallet.
No, Drax is currently trying to see. So it's like, shiny. I like. Trying not to steal it. Anyway, moving on. Drac is gonna go look for the harbor master because he knows that
Okay.
they are the ones dealing with the
Yep.
ship registry.
You probably find a different one than the one you spoke with last time.
That's the different time of day. Also, after the festival,
You head up to
There
there,
would
and it's
be-
actually kind of a younger individual, say probably like 30s. Human male, dark hair, decently like pulled back, not super well kept, but pulled back. They have the giant ledger in front of them. Yes, good afternoon. Can I help you?
yes. And he kind of like at this point goes into the bag, pulls out the paper, holding the deed. I actually am needing to register a ship.
He holds his hand out.
And he goes, "Oh, I just need to write down the ship name. Do you have a quill real quick for me?"
Oh, yeah, certainly. And he hands you one.
And he just quickly types in, like, just writes in like 2 quick words. The
Mhm.
first one's kind of like really long, and he just goes, "Okay, here you go." He hands it over.
He takes it, hands it back immediately. You didn't sign it.
Oh, my bad. It's been with the festival and everything. He just quickly goes to sign it.
Takes it back. Oh, I wondered who was going to finally pick this thing up. It's been seized for forever. I'll be glad to get rid of it.
Oh, don't worry.
And what?
He's like, "Yeah, I understand. Kind of wanted in the game."
Puts aside. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad the guards do their thing. He has a pen while he's talking. I'm glad they do their thing, seize vessels, get pirates off the ocean, yada, yada, yada. Then we had to go in, clean it out, look for any hidden places, make sure it was completely scrubbed, and then let it sit here until they sell it or get rid of it. And it's been here too long. I'm glad to be rid of it. He's just like starting to bitch now a bit.
Yeah.
Signs it, looks at yours, and he just starts like basically making like a quick file copy. And Captain, he points to you.
Yes.
Good. And that's really it. There's no need to pay anything because you've already paid it when you bought it from the guards. So there you go. And he folds it up, hands it back. You're going to go, it's been here a while, so you're going to have to go all the way to the north side of the docks. Actually, you're going to be almost to the Cloudside Valley. You're not quite going to get there. You're close to there. It's Dock 3.
Of course.
And you would know that 1 is literally butting up to Cloudside Valley. So it's north.
He's just gonna take us like, it's good to know that where it is. I just need to do a couple of things and then I'll come back for that. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah, of course. But part of the agreement we had with the guards was once a month we cleaned out and things like that. So I think it's been like 2-3 weeks since we went through, just gave it a dusting, checked the runes, things like that. So sales should be good. Everything should be fine.
Yeah, when I come over to check it out, I'll double check myself. I appreciate it. Thank
All
you.
right then. Hey, if you need supplies, let me know. I got a few people trying to sell some things.
I will definitely take that under consideration. He
That's
pockets the
very much.
paper, puts the other stuff away, and he just turns to look at the two of them. All right, well, let's go. There's a couple of other things we should be doing, and let's be off.
All right, Tim, you've had a few minutes now. Where are you at?
Aye, Captain. Tim just says off to the side as he's still analyzing and looking through, and then he pipes up. He says, "Hey, what is weave tech?"
Yes, he just goes.
A few people look.
Don't. It's okay. It's deep inland. Doesn't really know much. Other islands. It's fine. It's fine. And Drac is immediately just gonna go and like look at him dead in the eye and just go, "I will explain. Just keep quiet and let's move. Let's go." And he kind of also like drives his other arm around Renna too, and does the same thing. He's like, "I will explain. We've tested to you as well, just as a precaution, and don't mind the voice in your head. That is just me. This is how I can communicate. You cannot respond back, and we are moving." And he's just going to try walk with the two of them, and then in their heads, one at a time, he will explain what Weave Tech is. Just not explain the power source of Weave Tech,
Okay.
as
So-
he knows the effect that could have on people.
For you, Tim, Weave Tech is a secondary source of power that was discovered that assists in fueling a large variety of magical items. Something about the way it was discovered or the way this magic particularly works is it does incredibly well with infusing and enchantment. It's not a great true like power source to pull on. You can do that, but for some reason, whatever this Weave Tech magic is, it binds to things incredibly well. It's typically used to power the runes on ships. You actually would have seen some people kind of walking around using carts that had no horses or beasts of burden. They're just rolling on their own.
So it's kind of like, okay, it's just artifice. I think.
Yes. Pretty kind of, sort of. Yes? That actually makes it very simple.
I don't know. Okay. I'm going to wear this for a while. And then I'm going to see how things work. Do you know how to recharge these sorts of things?
Would Drac in general know how Weave Tech recharges?
No. You would know you have to take it to somebody. Someone of your talents, you have to go to somebody else.
Got it.
And typically, depending on what it is, your experience with this would be the equivalency of, hey, it's been a while. We need to make sure we get all of our runes on our ships recharged so we don't fucking sink.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
You know it can be done, but it's outside your purview.
We have to go to a guy, and I probably have a guy here on this island who probably, if he didn't, well, nope, he's probably drunk off his ass, and therefore would not really pay me much mind, and probably wouldn't even recognize who I am, which would be normal considering who he is. But anyway, besides the point. Yes, there is a guy or people that you would actually have to go to in order to recharge those. They are special in their ways.
Okay.
Same thing with the ships. So they have to be recharged as well occasionally.
What about the weird carriage that we rode here?
Same. They had to be recharged as well.
Okay. You got all this magic. What do you do with your bungles?
What's a bungle?
I've heard about these.
What
do you mean? You don't know what a bungle is? Did you lose that on the surface too? How do you leave? Kind of heartbroken now.
Okay.
There's not a single bungle anywhere.
At this point, he's gonna find an alley and bring them down the alley. And he's gonna when they're halfway down, make like nobody around.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna turn to the two of them. What on the Cloud Ocean is a bungle?
I've never been in a place like this, but this feels ominous for some reason.
We are between two buildings. Are you serious?
Yeah,
you do not
these are very large buildings, and this is a narrow space. It's kind of dark. I'm sorry. It just feels ominous.
Intimidating.
Drac
It's
doesn't know how to take that because normally this is where like conversations are had that you don't want people to hear. He's just like, you know what? As he looks around, I can actually understand. Oh, that explains half of the conversation. Oh, okay, that's fair. That is fair. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. But anyway, what's in the Cloud Ocean is a bungle.
they're pretty large creatures. They're kind of like beasts of burden. They're good for pulling things, plows especially. We've got one. His name's Jerry. He's
Oh,
he's
Jerry.
amazing. Honestly, top tier. Great stock. Just great stock. We got him from the Roundstone Ranch. But these tall creatures, and Tim raises his hand up a bit above his head. They can get up about that tall, but they've got necks that can extend. They've got flat faces. They like to dig into the ground, search for mushrooms and such. A little wrinkly at the neck, but you know they're really friendly. They're pretty nice. They're not always friendly. You got to
Out of-
build a bond.
Out of character, it's like an accordion, right?
Drac is
Always-
just gonna blink
Always
a
picture them as
couple of
being purple.
times. And he's just gonna run his hand across his face and just go,
Drackix,
yeah.
make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Ah, son of a whore.
Talk about Jerry like that.
That's a 24.
You succeed. You'll take half damage.
What in God's name did I just get hit with?
You'll see.
Oh, that's a lot of dice.
That is a lot of dice. Holy fuck, this is where I die again.
Dracix gets shanked.
I did get shanked.
And Red's not around to save him this time.
We're gonna look guilty.
Yeah. Red's gonna be even more pissed off.
Oh.
They both die in the fiery explosion.
You take 36 points of piercing damage. So that was a natural 20.
Good.
Wait, no. Fuck. Wait,
Do you-
hold on. Hold on.
Hmm.
Who's
Hold
got your
on.
guardian emblem?
I do. Where would he have? Because he wouldn't have his shield. He would still be on his neck. So that does not.
Does not hit or is not a crit?
It is not a crit.
Okay, so you take 18 points of piercing damage and 3 points of poison damage. As Tim, you watch as you're explaining these things, and Rena, you as well. You're explaining what this creature is to Drackix, and you see a crossbow bolt bury itself into Drackix's shoulder.
Where
So, anyways, back to Red and Eva.
Damn.
Oh,
As you
it's
two-
cold, man.
As you two split off, well, hey, it's 9:03. I gotta put some suspense in here. I gotta set up the next session.
Yeah, Red and Eva just been playing hopscotch the last hour.
Hey, what have you been doing?
We will be making our way carefully,
Mm-hmm.
quietly,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully,
Mm.
through the streets, working our way up towards the palace.
Okay. As you get close to the palace, you realize that the guard to civilian ratio is about what you expect for the second day of the Harvest Close Festival, to where the second day is more of just it's kind of really the day for the kids because the adults had their partying last night, and now that's closer to noon, 1 o'clock. The adults are awake. They've had their, hair of the dog, and the kids are too energetic. They're all out there having fun. But as you get closer to the castle, festivities continue. There's still games. There's still stalls. There's still things going on. For the fact that you two know that a lieutenant of the guard was just murdered last night, things seem off. It could be maybe they're trying to hide it because it is the Harvest Close Festival. That is a rather big deal around here. Or who knows what.
Can she hear anybody mentioning Captain Price? or his lieutenant.
Nope. But I will say that let me help solidify that answer for you.
Yeah.
That would be at a base rate before this went down, already a low thing to hear because you are not
Okay.
near where he has control and power. Like within
Right.
all of Fey Drift Dynasty region, that whole region, there's 3 or 4 guard captains. And then each of them could have 1 to 2 lieutenants. So
Okay.
being this far inland, already it's like, why would we even hear about this guy? So I didn't want you. I didn't want to
Okay.
mislead you with the answer.
Right.
I want to let
Okay.
you know that on a base rate, you're already not going to hear that much about him.
Eva, dear, where do we go to find your friend? Or are we going straight back to the person who sent us out on this in the first place?
That's a good question.
Right.
I know he was out yesterday partaking.
Hmm.
I don't know if he'll be in
In
his
any-
quarters.
Right. And we don't have a missive like we did the last time when he came in here.
No, but we do still have the invitation from the first one, so
Right.
that's our ticket in. Honestly, I don't know. He hasn't been responding to me, which is incredibly frustrating when you're trying to figure out where someone is. So my best guess is we have to at least see if he's home.
Well, we could do that, but it's also concerning. We should make sure there aren't any traps, especially after what happened, you know.
Are you good at finding traps? Because I am not.
We could always search together and give us that much more ability.
Can't hurt to try, but first
It
we
really
have to actually
can't.
get there.
True. All right. We'll go see your friend first then. Try to.
Where are you going?
The main, like, not the main roads, but like the side, not the alleys, not the main roads, but the side streets that lead up into the castle area. And Eva will actually use the hat again to shift herself again, and she is going to now appear much finer than she did before. Even in her regular state, she is looking like she would be one of the nobles.
Okay.
She'll change her clothes and stuff.
You don't have to.
All right.
No. She wants to match her girlfriend, so yes, she would.
No.
Fair.
Okay.
And we will use these side streets to make our way up to the main gates that we are aware of.
Okay. They are open.
Yep.
And there's actually much less, but there's a few pricier and hoity-toity games here. Things that are a little more refined. You know, there's not like open air, like axe throwing and hefting bags for shows of strength. Mostly it's betting on things like racing creatures over short distances or long distances, or watching individuals fight each other in a ring. Are you going to try and make your way into that particular tower?
Into the grounds and then to the side tower, because we know we have to go around.
So as you get closer to that, you do see it is blocked off with 2 guards.
And Eva will just walk up, strutting her stuff to this guard and show the invitation that Roland had given them the first time. And in this very monotone voice, I'm here to see Lord Roland. Sorry, Sir Roland.
Well, that will be impossible today. I'm sorry. Come back tomorrow.
Is he out?
He is not available.
And do you know what time he'll be available tomorrow?
No.
That's awfully inconvenient.
Well, I believe it would be best if you just went back and enjoyed the festival.
Can she insight this thing to see if maybe he knows that something bad has happened to Roland?
Sure.
Cool.
Insight check.
Cool. She's gonna put a D4 on that. Well, that's a 16.
Okay. You gather he is definitely dodgy of the question. He's not answering anything straightforward.
Mhm.
But you don't get this feeling that he's trying to hide something. Maybe he's just more annoyed.
Mm. Right, well, whatever you want to do then, dear.
Eva kind of just pulls up herself to her very tippity toes with her 5'7" height and goes, "You mean to tell me that Sir Roland is unavailable?"
Yes, that's what I said the first time.
Then why would he extend this invitation if he was going to be unavailable? That seems quite contrary.
Right.
And I'm sure he would love to answer that question for you when you see him tomorrow.
Eva is going to visibly cast sending to Roland. Sir Roland, I believe we have an appointment. Are you meaning to stand me up, sir?
We're just stuck waiting for him to read the spell.
There is no answer because your spell finds no target.
That is still information. Eva
Immediately, the guard shouts, "Magic user!" and rushes you.
Fucking hells.
That's a 17. He's going to try and grapple you.
What is that? Athletics?
Athletics, acrobatics.
She's going to subtle cast silvery barbs.
Okay. Okay.
And acrobatics. Whew, that
Wouldn't
could
she
have
get
been worse.
advantage from the silvery barbs? If I
No,
may be so
he doesn't
bold
need
to
it.
ask.
Don't need it.
You do dodge him, and now the other guard, they both have you flanked.
There are two of them?
Yeah. The one that went at you, state your business, or I will detain you.
Did you not just hear me try to reach out to Sir Roland? I have an appointment.
And you're obviously not from this place. You would know there's no casting in the grounds.
We're not on the grounds, we're at the gate. We're still in the city as you told me to go take care of some festivities, sir. And she will turn around and start walking off, strutting. She's trying to give off the appearance being very pissed off as a noble.
Okay.
And Red is following after her.
What are your passives?
For what?
Passive, which one?
Perception.
16.
12.
Red, you hear fucking nobles.
Oh,
And they go back to their guard stations.
and they will move a good distance, a number of blocks away before
Yeah.
getting back into the side streets.
Got you. Okay.
Thus, somewhere along the way, she will mumble under her breath, "You've never been sexier in your entire life." Just saying.
I love that both of these characters have a +5 charisma. It's so much fun.
Well, seeing as we have a diverse party here and there is rolling into some combat, is there anything else you guys wanted to wrap up before we wrap the whole thing up?
Nope.
Okay. Tim and Renna, thank you very much for joining us for the week 1 of our 2-week adventure crossover. I truly, truly hope you guys had a blast. And to the rest of my lovely party that is here, I hope you guys had a blast. And of course, to our incredible audience, we hope we told a great story for you. And we hope it made you laugh, made you cry, made you roll fall out your seat, side splitting. Who knows? We just hope you had fun. Remember, you're never too buff to be a cat girl. And always live up to your bets. Until then, I am Brandon Ross with Player Hater Gaming. I thank you for being here. And as always, never forget your snacks. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Night.